Coming to you live from the Voyager Bar in Orison, the hottest spot in all of Stanton. It's the Black Sky Legion podcast, bringing you the truth from out in the black.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Black Sky Legion, episode 100. Holy shit! Foundation has landed. Elite Patch 7 is sort of broken. Star Citizen has cool free ships to fly, and much, much more. It's Friday, September 24th, 2021. I am your host, Kaizen, and I am enjoying a nice dragon's milk, and I'm just sipping very sort of relaxed. We've decided to move some stuff around, shift some stuff up in how we do the show, kind of keep it alive and fresh. I will be your host tonight, and with me, as always, is Tweaked74, my tactician. Say what up, Tweak.
Hello, everybody. Friday night is upon us once again.
Beautiful. What you drinking tonight, brother?
Tonight I am drinking some straight up regular coffee because the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup, as we've heard our whole lives, so I'm giving that a go.
Fair enough, fair enough. Right on. We have also with us some special guests tonight. We've got BLACKMAZE. Say hello, BLACKMAZE. What you drinking?
What up, Kai? How you doing? Thank you for having me on. What am I drinking? Well, to answer a question I get a lot by the haters, they ask me, what does CIG pay me when I do cool videos on Star Citizen? My answer is Chris Roberts' bathwater. That's what I'm drinking.
Oh, lovely. Do you take that like straight or do you filter it?
Straight up.
Woo! God damn, you're a madman. And with us, we also have OSASHES. OSASHES, what you drinking tonight, brother, and how you feeling?
Hey, doing good. Day of racing, so that's always awesome. And I am drinking a Walmart brand cola, like a pleb, so.
Well, okay,
awesome.
Which Walmart brand cola?
The Sam's Club brand.
I can't drink that. That to me tastes like ugh. But I do like, so here's a weird thing. I have a weird thing about myself, like corn syrupy stuff, like most sodas, I make me want to vomit. I'd rather just drink vodka straight, or like, or scotch, or well, no, you don't put scotch with Coca-Cola anyways. But like, I'd rather just whatever. But I actually am way okay with the sugarless sodas, like the ones that have like well, I like sometimes the Mexican Coke back in the day when you could get it with cane sugar. That was okay. That didn't make me feel sick. But like Coke Zero or whatever. And I'll tell you, the Walmart brand, okay, and this is gonna sound so ghetto, but Dr. Thunder Zero is fucking legit. It's good.
That's awesome. I have some Dr. Thunder in the fridge too, but not Zero. I'll have to try it.
I can't drink the regular Dr. Thunder. It's got corn syrup and it makes me, I'm like, but the the Dr. Thunder Zero, I can fucking do that for sure. You throw that and then you put it with some vodka, or you put it with a little rum or a little something, you're good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and address the lineup tonight. So we've got Roy in Mexico, we've got Katie with family obligations, and we got Wolf Dragon, who's been he's literally typing in the recording booth right now, I think from his phone. His internet just shut off like an hour ago, and he's been fighting it and trying to reset it, and everybody knows the whole epic saga of Wolf Dragon and his poor internet. So if and when he gets his shit unfucked, he will join us. Wolf, if you're listening out there, I don't know if you can even hear us because I think he's just on his phone. If you're listening out there, come and join us whenever you're in. Tweak, go ahead and type out to him or whatever to like just join us if and when he gets his shit going at any point tonight. And
Copy that, will do.
in the meantime, you know, we're gonna roll with the fearsome foursome that we got here and just make it happen because yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. So that intro song was THERESE CURATOLO. Look, I am madly in love with THERESE CURATOLO, and I'm also in love with what's his name, the dude Ryan Lerman that was playing the guitar there with her. Like the two of them work together on a bunch of stuff, and like they're both amazing musicians. He's an amazing guitarist and drummer. She is just got the voice of an angel, and she's cute as a button. I'm a huge fan. So like I said, go check them out. That was Scary Pockets featuring THERESE CURATOLO. Closing song is going to be THERESE CURATOLO and Ryan Lerman again doing a duet, him playing acoustic and her singing Blackbird. I just love those musicians. Go support Scary Pockets, support THERESE CURATOLO, support Ryan Lerman. Go out, find cool musicians, and give them money for being awesome people and making you happy, making your face feel good. So, yeah. All right. In addition, let's see, what do we have on tap for tonight? Let's see. We've got Foundation dropped, and it's fucking glorious. Star Citizen is ramping up for SitCon height with announcements, free goodies for all the citizens, free ships to fly. You can fly for free right now. You don't even have to buy the game today. And a lineup of all the different talks that are coming. Elite drop patch 7 to mixed reviews and has some decent story stuff happening. And I know Tweak's been playing some Elite, so we're going to talk about that for sure. Inspiration 4 crew made it down safely back to Earth this week. Well, last weekend, but it was after our last week's show, and since we hyped them, I definitely wanted to just call that out because it's phenomenal. And there's a new racing league in the stars. All this and more, so stay tuned.
If you're listening to us
If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch and would like to know how to catch our podcast, check out anchor.fm/Black Sky Legion.
For sending us your thoughts by email, you can reach us at blackskylegion@gmail.com.
Our very active and growing Black Sky Legion Discord can be found at tinyurl.com/BSL Discord, where you can check out community feedback, resources on Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, and No Man's Sky. and get real-time updates from a variety of content creators.
In addition to the Discord community feedback channel, feel free to write in our YouTube comments anything about the topic of the week, as well as anything else you'd like to share. We'd love to hear from you.
Also, if you're enjoying the show on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe and click on the bell. It really helps us out. On Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated.
We record live every Friday night at 8 PM Eastern, midnight UTC, so come and join in on the fun.
If you're listening to us on the podcast, please make sure to rate and review us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever platform you use, and let us know if there's a format you want us to look into.
And most importantly, tell your friends about the show.
You're listening to the Black Sky Legion! Subscribe if you want! Who fucking cares?
Goddamn right. Subscribe if you want. Who fucking cares? All right, let's start right off the bat with Black Sky Legion announcements. Obviously, our Sunday show is going to be happening, and it's going to be popping off because, we're, Tuesday. Tuesday is the drop of New World, and I am so fucking excited. I took a week off work. I am ready to do this shit. We got that going for us. In other announcements, I'd like to briefly shout out to Hunternet Starfighter. It's at 13,000 out of 15,000 with 2 weeks left on their Indiegogo campaign. They just need $2 more grand to push it over the hump. And I was talking to Fernando earlier, yesterday? And he wanted to make everybody aware from now until October 8th, the latest version of Hunternet Starfighter will be available as a free demo on Steam for anyone to try. This is cool as shit. It's going to be in the show notes as well as the Indiegogo, but I'm pasting both of those right now in the chat so that people can get it live. There is the Indiegogo link for Hunternet Starfighter. Go throw them a few shekels. It's a very cool project, and I think we definitely want to help them get this sort of into the right launch for its full alpha Steam thing. Like, it's basically, this is seed cash to get the project to the next phase so that it's like totally ready. So they're right there. If you go click that link, store steampowered.com, yada yada yada, it'll literally just bring up a button. So anyone who's already has the key won't see the demo. Steam will hide it. But for everyone else, there will be a nice green demo download button that will allow you to get the game into Steam right away without any fuss. This is Fernando's first time doing a full big Steam open key extravaganza. So, like, go in there, click it, play a free space game. It's cool as shit. It's absolutely free. And one of the things that excites me about this game is the demo stuff, or the explanation that he did on how mining is going to work. Mining in this game is going to be very, very different than some of the other minings. Like, you're going to be shooting rocks with like missiles, and they're going to explode. And part of the whole mining loop is dodging the explosions and not dying, which it seems way more kinetic, way more fast-paced, way more interesting than, point laser at rock, hold down button, watch Babylon 5 on second screen. It's a whole very, very cool thing. Let's see here. And the second thing that I wanted to shout out real quick under other projects is Boss Lady B, friend of the show. You know her. You love her.
Oh, yeah.
She's a phenomenal person. She's been having an issue with her computer. She basically is just, to put long story short, she's at a point where she needs to do an upgrade. And, COVID, everything's hitting everybody hard, businesses and works and whatever. And just for the record, she would be the last one to say it, but I don't give a fuck. I'll say it for her. Boss Lady B was there for the big fundraiser for Orange Phoenix, yes. She was there and hyped and celebrated for Tweaked. She's been there for other people as well. She's always down. She's done fundraisers for like planting trees in Oregon State or Washington State or one, I don't know, trees somewhere. She's been there for tons and tons of stuff. she's just an absolute fucking sweetheart. And she's like, now she's at a point where she's like, my thing, I can't really stream. I'm still playing games, but I can't really stream so good because my shit's like bottlenecking and whatever. And I think she was super reluctant to do it. She was like, I don't want to do this. I feel weird, whatever. She's like me. I literally keep going out of my pocket to pay for shit for this show because I feel weird asking or saying anything about money. So I'm just like, don't worry. Even they talked me into launching a Patreon, and I basically told everybody don't put money into it, even though I'm a fucking idiot because I keep coming out of pocket. But like Boss Lady's the same way, where she's like, I don't want to, whatever. So she's kept it real, whatever. And then I think she actually said, she credits Tweak, that Tweak really got a hold of her and said, hey, stop being stupid. Just fucking go do this already. People love you. People will throw in. So there's the link. It's in the show notes. It's there in the live chat. Go to the GoFundMe and throw a couple shekels to Boss Lady B. She is just a beautiful human being who, you know, deserve some love, whatever. Nobody's putting dots in the. There we go. Finally, Tweak threw a dot. Get in here, Tweak.
Yeah, I mean, Boss Lady has been there from the start. You can't find a better person than Boss Lady B. She loves her crowd. She loves her Twitch crowd. She's just good people. She really is. And she's been having trouble with her PC. As you said, she's reluctant to ask for help. I mean, she has a day job and all that, but she's got bills to pay, and you know how real world is, the real life is. And before her PC started dying, I almost had her ready to take a bite into Star Citizen. We were almost there, and then the PC started giving her issues, and she started having more and more trouble. So I'm glad she's finally decided to just put it out there and ask for some help, because nobody, including myself, nobody deserves it more than Boss Lady does.
And you guys can throw comments in there with those GoFundMes or whatever. You can throw comments in there. And let me tell you something right now. Boss Lady B is a phenomenal content creator, just an awesome streamer and a good person. And she does a ton of stuff for Elite Dangerous. And I'm just going to throw it out there. You Star Citizen peoples in the crowd, if you were to donate a few shekels here and there and put in the comment section like, hey, get this new computer, we want to see you streaming some Star Citizen, I'm sure she would. She would. Oh, I mean, as a streamer,
I'll get her there. I'll get her into Star Citizen. Don't you doubt it
well,
one bit.
I'm just saying, for all the people out there at home, Tweaked, if they put a little comment with their donation of saying, come join us in the verse, I think she'd be absolutely. She'd see that and she'd go, oh, I got to get in on this.
Yep,
OSASHES.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know Boss Lady personally, but I've like been on her stream a couple times and everything. She's just a great human being, just a real sweetheart. So yeah, if it's available to you, throw a couple shekels your way, help out. So
hell yeah. All right, let's get this train rolling. I got to do everything manually because my Stream Deck just shit the bed, and I'm too stupid to know how to make it not do that. So let's do. Where is the sound bite? Oh, doing everything manually, super fun. Here we go.
Star Citizen News.
Right off the bat, let's talk about the streams and videos this week for Star Citizen News. We had an Inside Star Citizen purport, 17 minutes long, dropped yesterday. Link is in the show notes. It is good stuff. You should go see it. It's basically just like, oh no, we're going to have to do a massive sprint report with showing you all kinds of cool shit. Which was like, oh, real coy. And I liked it. We talked about it on Star Citizen, Soul Citizen last night, and I was like, I'm digging this. This is all good stuff. Well, I was in the chat. They were talking about it. It's one of those. It's weird. I feel like I'm there, even when I'm just like listening in, laying in bed, watching it on my iPad. Star Citizen Live dropped today. Regeneration Elaboration, an hour-long talk. I cannot honestly tell you if it was any good because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna see it as soon as this show ends. I'm for sure gonna see it before the weekend is out. When I came home though, I just ran straight. I was like, fuck Star Citizen, fuck Elite, fuck No Man's Sky, fuck video games, fuck everything that is not Foundation, and just dove into Foundation. We'll be getting to that in just a minute. But so I haven't seen that hour-long thing today. No spoilers. Don't ruin it for me in the notes. But I'm sure it was awesome, and I cannot wait to see it later tonight. And also, Star Citizen dropped a little something today. How about we pull that up, and let me just find it real quick. Oh, yeah, okay. Got to do everything manual. I forgot. Here we go.
You guys want us to hurry up or keep going?
Hopefully you guys liked it.
God damn. Yeah. I'm stoked. I am so ready for CitizenCon. So those were the 3 videos that they put out this week. Spectrum posts. We had the Loremaker's Guide to Regeneration, which was super awesome. They broke down a lot of the stuff on like, how does this work? How does that work? You know, your clones, and then you get degradation from your clones, and then you get this like resonance where like kind of explains why you can't just keep going clone after clone after clone a billion times. Like eventually those degrade. They talked about different things with like limbs and how that will work, how just like really got into talking about the lore of it all, which was really, really cool. The fight against XENOTHREAT infographics, they put out a huge set of infographics that had all kinds of information on all of this, you know, XENOTHREAT stuff, and like, you know, this many ships died in PvP, this many ships in PvE, this much loot was done, this much this much that. I dig it. I'll say this. That's one thing I really love when Frontier Developments, FDev, puts out for Elite. They put out really good infographics where they're like, this much exploration, this much this much that. And CIG can also bring it, man. This infographic that they put up with tons and tons of breakdowns of information of XENOTHREAT was fucking awesome. Link is in the show notes for... I'm going to actually, again, link is in the show notes for all of this, but let me post these also in the live chat. There is the lore thing. Here is the XENOTHREAT infographic, so that you guys can like just click on it, save it for later, and go dig through it, but you don't want to miss out on this. Star Citizen is free to fly until September 27th. So right now is another it's been free to play Star Citizen as much as it hasn't in like the last 3 months. This is now like the 3rd free fly. It's been nuts. In addition to that, and this is sort of celebrating the ship showdown, in addition, you can fly the top 4 ships of the ship showdown for free. So you can go in there and you can pick up your Argo cargo, you can pick up your MSR, you can pick up your 600i, you can pick up your Hercules C2, and fly it around, see, oh, I like this, whatever. And they're gonna have discounts on those ships, and like special paint jobs are gonna be out for the you know, commemorating their winning the top 4 of the ship showdown. In addition to that, the Argo cargo won it all. The meme won, and I'll be honest, I was supporting the Argo cargo. I voted for the Argo cargo for every step of the way up until the end. And I thought, like, Argo cargo, I want to see it make it to the top 4. That'll be awesome. And then I want the MSR to win, because that's like, in my heart, it's like, oh, that's the cool, awesome ship. But, you know, the Argo cargo won it, and I ain't mad at them, man. It's a great meme. They were having fun. And that's the big thing to take away. Anyone who was supporting the Argo cargo, or was supporting the Carrack, or was supporting or hating on either of those or any of the ships in this contest, I salute you. That's awesome. You voted, you know, for whatever you voted for. If you were having fun with it, I salute you. If you got butthurt over it, I don't care what side you were on. I'm not taking sides on all that shit. If you got butthurt over a thing that's just a bit of silly fun, this is just CIG saying, hey man, we know this is taking a while. We're going to give you some silly fun to just give you a smile, you know, a couple times a year throughout the year with a little contest for this or a little thing for that. That's the main thing, man. Don't get all wrapped up and twisted over a thing that's just some fun. This year, it happened to go super fucking memey. Awesome. Whatever. Just smile. Enjoy it. If you like it, salute it and cheer. If you don't like it, salute the effort and just smile and walk away. Tweak.
I'll salute the effort, but I will contend that this is the dumbest thing I've seen. It just is, especially with a free fly, and new players can fly the top 4 ships, and we have the Argo cargo over the Carrack or over the Retaliator or any of these really, really cool spaceships that would make people that say, let me try this game. It's free right now. Oh, that's what I always wanted to fly, is this tiny little garbagey looking cargo ship that can't do anything. Oh, I didn't want to check out that Carrack. That looks too much like a Starfleet Enterprise type ship or something, you know? To me, it was dumb. I get it's fun, and props to them for pushing it all the way to the win, but it's just, to me, I can't support the Argo cargo. And probably what this has done is, unless I find a purpose for it in game in 2 or 3 years, this has probably pushed me to the point of never buying one.
Fair enough. Boy, I feel almost like I just did a cautionary tale of why not to get wrapped on it. And then, yeah, okay. OSASHES.
I'm going to be like totally opposite from Tweaked. I think this is probably comes from my love from the Scarab and just the slight similarities, you know, with the front cockpit on the thing. I love that damn thing. So I'll fully admit I was 100% behind the meme the whole way to the end. So I'm freaking stoked that it won because it's just silly and hilarious.
It is silly and hilarious. That's all it is. And yes, I get Tweaked. Believe me, I get you. But here's the thing. With the IAEA coming up, you're going to have chances to fly all of the ships that you want to for free. They're going to be like, hey, today we got these, and then we got those, and we got whatever. I swear to God, Tweak, I swear to God, you'll get tons of free chances to fly a Carrack, and this one and that one and every other one. This was just a little bit of fun. And also, since the Argo Cargo won, there's going to be a special Argo Cargo themed backpack that will be released as part of IAEA for everybody that owns it, and like a special leather jacket. I'm forgetting if it's just the top, if it's just the winner, just backers of the Argo Cargo, or if it's the top 4 that get it. I will tell you this, Tweak. You remember the Argo Cargo had a very phenomenal use in XENOTHREAT. You could park an Argo Cargo inside of the C2, throw your quantum sensitive stuff in there, and then because the C2 was the one jumping and not the Argo Cargo, it was, and hey, for $30, that's a very good use right there, my friend.
Great, but one tiny use on it. It's just, I don't know, we'll go around in circles. I just can't get behind.
I get it.
Probably the least utilitarian ship in the game, and definitely the least cool ship that I've seen in game to win this whole thing.
Bro, I get it, but you're just going to have to get over it. The 73 Pacer won, and
That's about it.
It is, but I mean, yeah, whatever. So what? It's a bit of fun.
This is an 83 Honda. How dare you?
It's just some fun, bro. Okay. Also, they released SitCon deets. Yo, we're 14 days, 14 hours and 25 minutes away. SitCon 2951. They're going to have an opening talk with Chris Roberts. They're going to have a Life in the Verse talk, a huge panel with developers and all kinds of stuff. You got Todd Pappy, you got Ian Leyland, David Haddock, and more. There's going to be a ship talk, and you know if it's ship talk, you got to have my boy Crew. He's Crusader, Crewe. John Crew, Ben Curtis, and Paul Jones. They're going to have a Gen 12 and multi-core of Vulcan. That's some computer smart guy shit. I don't understand it, but I know what I've been told is this is going to make everything run better on all PCs and allow them something to free up something, assets, graphics, something, smart guy shit. Also, Crafting Worlds, Planetary Tools and Tech with Anis Haresh, Mark Rivoira, Morgan Minardi, Will Hain, like people, smart people. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. You should go. And they linked with that. They were like, and here's a goodie stuff, digital goodies. So everybody who is a citizen, so if you have backed everyone, it doesn't matter if you bought the cheapest plan out there, which, by the way, the cheapest plan out there right now is like 10-20% off, something off, like because of the ship showdown whatever thing they're doing until September 27th is free fly, so you can play this game without having to buy it. And then until September 29th is discounted starter package. Everyone. So even if it's normally $45, you can get it for like $40.50 because I think it's like 10% off. Even that, you're going to get the digital goodies. If you're a member of the game, a backer, while SitCon happens, you get your digital goodies bag. So you're going to get a special outfit with this cool little helmet. You get a special knife, special little like statue thing, the TBF4 suit and weapon, plus this year's commemorative SitCon trophy, yada yada. Good stuff. So there's going to be live streaming all of the stuff. It starts like stupid early. It's like, I think it's like, yeah, it's 3 p.m. UTC. So for me, that's going to be 11 a.m. because that's going to be Eastern, which that's actually not stupid. I was thinking that it was 11 UTC, which was going to be dumb early for me. But so yeah, that's good stuff. We've got a PSA. You do not count as a backer unless you've spent any amount of cash on your own account. So if you were gifted a game package by someone else and never paid cash, you are, quote, not a backer. So if that's the case, go and just buy anything. Buy a stupid gun or whatever. I bought this paint job for $4 or whatever. Like, boom, now you're officially a backer. So you have to have an account and you have to have spent something. I don't think that's going to really affect all that many people who have never bought anything at all, like, and just they were gifted the pack. But that's Elix in the chat. One of our Star Citizen researchers is like, hey, be aware. So yeah, you can buy an Aurora skin for $3 and you're good. So, all right. Good stuff on the SitCon. Let me close this. I'm doing everything manually, so I feel like I'm missing stuff. OSASHES, did you have another thing to add?
No, that was from before.
Okay. There we go. I've got the screen back. We should be good. Here we go. Also, everyone will be able to earn the backpack in-game during IAE, according to CIG. They didn't explain how. So it'll probably be a thing where it's like, even if you don't have the Argo Cargo, you can get this Argo Cargo themed backpack and you have to, show up at the desk and ask them for it or something. So, but yeah, that's good stuff. I dig it. All right. So that takes us to our first video of the night, which is going to be from Barely Not Monkeys Productions, Adrift Part 1, a Star Citizen Machinima. This is legit next level machinima. You have got to see it. I'm going to play the video and then we're all going to come back. We're going to start with BLACKMAZE, who's going to have some stuff to talk about on it. Here we go.
Warning, suit malfunction. Warning, suit malfunction. Warning, suit malfunction. Stabilizers malfunction. Stabilizers malfunction. Thrusters malfunction. Warning, heart rate above suitable levels. Unable to divert power to life support. Warning, unable to divert power to life support. Initiating system restart.
I'm sorry, Dad.
you recognize this place?
Darkness falls right into you. It never leaves a trace.
Let's go, bro. Come on, girl. Yeah. This is your part. Fighting. You know it.
You are killing me.
What? You like this song?
Yeah, I like it when they sing it.
I sing just like them.
No. And it's all you sing, this song. This song is it.
All right. I won't sing.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's good. Whoa, Pearl, throttle back.
This is faster. It'll cool down. It's fine.
I said pull it back.
Now. Thank you.
Can we at least pay for this ship before you blow it up?
At this rate, I'll never get to blow it up.
Ha ha, hardy har, aren't you hilarious?
I can't do this forever, Dad.
I know.
Hey, that's my girl. Now let's vacuum up and get on to the next one.
At least I have an old windbag to keep me company.
Hey, Pearl. Shh, shh, shh.
What?
Clear the comms.
You hear that?
Gross. Gross!
That's teriyaki.
Hey guys, I can show some hadronite on this surface.
Yeah? That's great.
Yeah, I'm going to hand extract.
I'll do it. You need a break.
What? No, you're up there in what? Your underwear just drinking hooch or something and just singing away?
Wait, we have hooch?
I'm all geared up. I got it.
Hey, Pearl. You see this 30-Von nebula from there? It's brighter than normal.
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, that's real special. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Good morning, sunshine. While we wait for tea, can you please tell me why you had your beam cranked so high? Can you tell me why you ignore every safety protocol? Perhaps explain me why you don't just kill me now and save me the heart attack.
We've experienced a critical rupture. Rapidly depressurizing.
Distress signal?
Not much time. Mayday.
It's not far. Just outside the asteroid belt, less than an hour.
You'd better build them for our time.
Who raised you?
Quantum trap. Engage.
Ooh-wee. Look at that.
Whoa.
Ship, Starfarer. Manufacturer, Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern. Name, Hermes. Not listed in the Interplanetary Ship Registry.
Smugglers.
Illegal goods.
This may get interesting.
Please let this be interesting.
You ready to suit up? Pearl? Here we go.
Scorch marks. Hull is blown to hell. This was no accident. Pirates, maybe.
Think there's any survivors?
Someone had to send that distress call.
Let's go see.
Wait.
Dad, come on.
Nah, you know better.
Eyes open, clear ahead. Use what you got, or end up dead.
Ready?
Let's go, dork.
Oxygen level at 60%. Oxygen.
Where is the crew?
So, if I get this thing started, do I get to keep it? I know how to weld.
Honey, Jesus Christ couldn't resurrect this mess.
Well, he was a carpenter. I'm a mechanic. Imagine me running trades in this bad boy. Ah!
And there's the first body. I'm on it. Wait, this guy's alive.
What?
He's breathing, but barely. His oxygen suit levels are out of whack and his power readings are almost zero. If I get him back to the Virginia fast, there's a chance I could stabilize him. You should come with me.
Someone needs to keep looking for survivors, and you know the medical stuff.
How's your oxygen? You were mining for a while.
I'm at like 80%.
Like 80%?
80%, all right? I'm good.
Fine. But you check the crew quarters, then get your ass back to the ship. Am I clear?
Crystal.
Contents: Parpitin, an experimental drug for nervous system conditions. Currently illegal in some systems. Approximate value: 200,000 UEC.
Holy.
You're in the cargo bay, aren't you?
No! Yes. I was looking for...
Survivors?
Yes, of course. What?
Now?
There could be survivors in the cargo bay.
Are there?
No.
Crew quarters, stat.
Hey, Dad. Still no bodies, but none of the escape pods have been ejected. This guy couldn't have been flying a rig this size alone, right?
It's an undocumented ship. It's not like he was following fleet protocol.
And how is he?
Stable, still unconscious.
I think he'll be fine. What about you? How's your O2 level?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey, Pearl.
Yeah?
You want me to sing you a song?
No. No, don't you dare. Ah! Okay. I will hurry. I promise I will hurry if you just shut up.
It never leaves.
Thank you. Hey, Dad, I'm seeing scorch marks coming from inside the hole. Oh, Dad! They're dead. They're here. All of them, they're here. Dad? Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
malfunction. Warning, suit malfunction. Warning, suit malfunction.
Still here, gents.
Damn, that was good. Whoo, shit. All right. So that was, and I linked it in the show notes. That was Barely Not Monkeys channel, and they have a series Adrift. That was episode 1. Legit, that shit is better than 90% of what you see on TV, and that was made entirely with assets in game. I'm just gonna say what I said in chat when I linked that in the notes for everyone. Anyone who says Star Citizen is a scam is being willfully fucking ignorant at this point, because that was 100% made in game. This game is far from finished. Yes. This game is multiple times delayed. Yes. Some people have every right to feel it's mismanaged or this, that, and the other. I don't personally, but some other people who feel like they were given a deadline date and it didn't come within whatever. Okay, sure. You have the right to feel your feels. I'm not trying to negate your feelings, but I will say it keeps expanding and growing, and it's pushing the tech and it's pushing the future. And as someone who's dealt with games for years, who sort of were like dreaming small, we're like, oh, we got a whatever. This is like, these guys have the balls to dream big. And I don't want to like turn this into a misogynist or whatever thing. They got the ovaries to go fucking hard, and I respect it. Whatever. I don't care. Like, yeah, it's all good. BLACKMAZE had dots in first, so hop in with your thoughts on this fucking amazing video, my friend.
Dude, I'm so happy that you shared this video. When I saw it the other day, when it came out, when it premiered, I'm like, wow. The cinematics, the shot setup, the way they use the face over IP thing, where it takes, what you're doing with your face, the voiceover, the quality, the spatial sound, the echo, the ship reverberations, the added animations they did. The plot, it's believable, it's realistic, it's captivating. And we've seen other machinimas coming out already with Star Citizen, and this is just like, it's the start of an era with these machinimas in Star Citizen, and the bar is set high. I'm so impressed. This team, my God, it is epic.
And this is coming from a guy who has his own machinima series over on Elite, and was doing tons and tons of work on that. So like, he knows. He's not just talking out his ass. Like, he knows when it gets down to it, the nitty gritty of what it takes to make this happen. OSASHES.
Yeah, I'm just going to parrot a lot of what BLACKMAZE said. This is freaking outstanding. Like, the amount of effort and time that went into making these shots and getting all of that right, all the editing and everything, it's absolutely incredible. Great writing. The voice actors are doing an awesome job. Like, I just can't say enough good things about this.
Yeah, man. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Tweet, what'd you think?
Oh, I love it. I love good storytelling, and like both BLACKMAZE and OSASHES said, that the animation, the voice acting, the story writing, the setting, the sound, it's great storytelling, period, and I'm down for that.
You know what this reminded me of, Tweaked? Remember that episode of Firefly where they find the ship that the Reavers hit and they're like exploring the ship and it's empty and it's empty and it's empty and they get to that one room and all the bodies are like this
floating
weird
around in the sky,
grotesque
in the air.
sculpture and it's like, oh, and like, oh my God, it's so well done. Oh, everyone who's hearing this, please go. The link is in the show notes. I've already linked it in the live chat. Go click subscribe. Give them all the subscribes. Go and whatever they do, support them. These guys are making legitimately, like, I'm talking, if you were to say that was a show on FX, I would be like, or what, Skiffy now, or I don't know if they're back to sci-fi or they're Skiffy or whatever the fuck they are. Like, if you were to say, hey man, there's a show, it's on sci-fi, and it was that quality, I'd be like, oh, this is better than the rest of what's on your channel. I am in. BLACKMAZE, you had another thing.
Yeah, is it okay if I give a shout out to some, like, another machinima? I'm not affiliated or anything, but it's something really good that I recommend.
Nope, it's not. Moving on. Yeah, of course, dude. Say whatever you want, man.
Right. So one of the things that this series does so well, by really embracing that facial over IP thing, they get to put the camera on the character while they speak. When they're doing the expressions and stuff, and that's awesome. I don't know if it has been done before to this extent and level of quality, but I wanted to give a shout out to another machinima that I've recently been watching that just came out with their 3rd episode. They're called Overclocked, and I recommend to go on YouTube, just type in Star Citizen Overclocked and give them a look. Now, one thing that they do, which is the same thing we do with Rebuy in Elite Dangerous, is when a person is speaking, you've got to either give them a helmet or you got to film them from the back because, mouths aren't moving if you don't use the face stuff. So, but I still want to give them a shout out because the editing style there, and it's very epic. It looks really cool. Overclocked. Give it a look.
Yes, for sure. I love their stuff. I've actually had that in the notes for like 2 episodes, and then it's like, oh, we're running so late. Move it. But yeah, for sure. 100% agree. 100% agree. Beautiful stuff. All right. So yes, support Overclocked. Definitely support Barely Not Monkeys Productions with the Adrift series. Go and make sure that you catch it. But if you don't, for sure, I'll let you know. We'll have it here for you, and we'll make you aware when it comes up. But support them. They need 1 million followers. Yes. Next up, I've got a combo video. I put together 2 videos from XGR, Star Citizen Racing League. We're going to play this for you, and then as soon as that's done, we're going to have a little mini interview with BLACKMAZE and OSASHES about this new racing league in the Star Citizen verse.
To celebrate the opening of a brand new Star Citizen racing community, we're hosting a weekend full of racing events. starting this Friday, the 24th at 1800 UTC, all the way through Saturday and Sunday at the same times. This weekend, we'll be repeating a series of events based around ship racing in Zero-G, ship racing through New Babbage, and a ground vehicle race in the same location. Here's a quick look at the 3 races you'll be able to participate in this coming weekend. Firstly, a Zero-G circuit setup around the Crew L5 Beautiful Glen station. The racing format for this race is as follows. There will be a series of heat races, which all see a first place finisher. Followed is the finals race, where the previous heat winners all go head to head to decide the winner of the Zero-G ship race. Followed by this race, we'll head over to New Babbage, where racers see themselves go head to head in a 1 vs 1 single elimination tournament, slaloming through the Metro Loop pillars. Now, don't be mistaken, flying a ship through the dense atmosphere of Mitratech is no joke, and I promise people will get closely acquainted with the ground. Finally, we're looking at a ground vehicle race. This one runs twice in a row, meaning you have 2 chances to walk away with the win for the day. For now, there are no limits to what vehicles or ships you can use. In the future, we'll be looking to create brackets based on ship performance, but for this opener, it is a classic free-for-all. Now listen to this, anybody is welcome to join the Extreme G racing community and race along with some of the best racers known to the verse. The XGR Discord is aiming to be the racing hub for Star Citizen and aims to create a platform for citizens new to racing, as well as to host events for racers to prove they are the absolute best of the best. Beyond joining the Discord, you might also consider joining the Extreme G racing team, which enables you to achieve special ranks based on your performance in racing events and tournaments. Alright racer, come and join us and we'll race you out there in the verse.
Hell yes! So, right off the bat, let's talk about the fact that this... Wait, I gotta change the asset. I gotta put up Star Citizen background. There we go. Alright. So those are 2 videos. Both are in the show notes. I have linked them both in the live chat. So for people that are interested in joining, the Discord is going to be available for you right here in the live chat and in the show notes. That is the XGR Race League Discord. Go and join them. So we have 2 members of the league, 2 founders of the league. We got BLACKMAZE and OSASHES here with us tonight. Let's do a little interview and talk to you guys about what is the league, what's your goals, what are you doing. You're in the middle of a race series right now that started earlier today and will be going on all weekend long. There are some people that have said, like, oh, 3.15 comes with the wipe. I'm not interested in playing Star Citizen right now because I can't build a thing. Those people are missing the whole point. Right now is your opportunity to, number 1, try it. Number 2, give feedback and help shape what it becomes before it is a full thing. And I think that you guys, BLACKMAZE and OSASHES, are like, you get it, man. You're like, no, I don't give a fuck that it gets wiped eventually here or there and whenever. Like, yeah, I can't build an empire. Who cares? This is about the experience. This is about the getting to see it early and helping to give feedback of, like, I don't like this, but I do love that. And like changing and shaping, helping to shape how it becomes. So I just want to make this segment just real free form. BLACKMAZE, OSASHES, tell me a little bit about like what you're doing with this, what's going on. Like, I know that it's going to be, we already had Friday's events happened a couple hours ago. Saturday's events are happening in like 20 hours. Sunday's events are happening in like whatever, 20 hours plus a day. Like, don't ask me to do math when I'm drunk. Like, talk us through what you're doing and just how this is all going to evolve. Go, BLACKMAZE.
First of all, thank you for the shout out. Really appreciate it. As always, you know, every time we do something cool, you're there to support us. Really appreciate it.
Well, you keep doing cool shit, so I got to shout it out.
Dude, absolutely. But second, I am so hyped because, like, I don't even know where to start. Like, going back a few steps, I'm an Elite Dangerous player and I'm a racer. I liked exploring, but the majority of my time was spent racing. And then Odyssey happened. With full respect to the people that are enjoying it, I was very unhappy with the state. Still am.
Same.
And I was like, what am I gonna do? What now? What happens? Then there's OSASHES, who says, I've been dabbling with Star Citizen. Maybe have a look. You know, things are coming together. So I do. I go into Star Citizen, and I am very much surprised at the state of Star Citizen. And I did a series called Why Play Elite? Because that is the primary question in my head at that point. I'm like, holy cow, look at this game and what it can do. And it just keeps surprising me. And in particular, the flight model and you know, the flight model in space versus the flight model in atmospheres and different gravities, and the ships with wings, you know, that perform shit right now because they don't have control services until they get enabled, and all that stuff. It keeps on giving. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me ask you, like, I've said it multiple times, but I would love for you to expand upon it. The fact that ships fly like dog shit in atmosphere in Star Citizen I love that, because it's like, yes, that's bringing in a whole level of complexity to say, like,
dude,
if you don't make a ship that is aerodynamic, of course it's gonna fly great in space, but it's gonna handle so sluggish in atmosphere. Talk about that for a minute.
Do you know what, though? It goes a step further, because take the M50. The M50
Razor.
is a plane.
Yeah.
No, but the M50, it looks
the M50
like a plane.
Razor, right?
No, the Razor is the other one. The Razor is the one that looks like a Formula 1 car without wheels.
Oh, my bad.
But the M50 has wings. But here's the thing. It flies like shit in Atmo. Why, though? It's a plane. Well, I'll tell you, because the control surfaces aren't activated yet. So it's got pretty poor rotationals. And the rotationals, that's pitch, roll, and yaw, is currently done by, you know, firing thrusters. But you're flying faster than the speed of sound through Atmo, you know, and of course, because sound only travels through atmosphere, and the thrusters are just not strong to push the ship into a pitch or whatever, because it's got all those wings and they're made for atmospheric flight, so they want to go in a straight line. You need control services, you know, to cause drag and lift and all that sort of stuff. So right now, you've got something like an M50 that handles like a beast in 0G and struggles to win anything because it's a racer, you know, in Atmo. And it's a racing ship. Dude, I'm so excited about the fact that CIG is supporting the whole racing thing. We've got the Razor, the M50, the Mustang Gamma. Like, there's going to be actual gameplay surrounding racing. But while that isn't really a thing yet, to come back to XGR, Extreme G Racing. So we have elite racers. For Elite Dangerous, the founder is Fat Haggard and Coconut. They set that up in 2014 or whatever. And I went looking for something similar for Star Citizen, and I couldn't find it. There's definitely the Daymar Rally, and there definitely are people doing fun things. You've got the video that you play constantly. I'm going to butcher his name. Maybe OSASHES can help me. I don't remember his name. They're doing all the flying videos. That's the one. You know, so there's definitely people doing, there's definitely people doing lots of fun stuff with flying, but we needed a sort of racing hub, just like Elite Racers. We need a place where people that enjoy talking about ships and the handling of the ships and the aerodynamics and the thruster strengths and all the stats, just anything to do with ship handling and racing. We needed a hub for that. So I wanted to create that. We created XGR, and I'll say first, anybody is welcome to join. There's no need to join any organizations. There's no need to do anything. Just come and join the Discord and come have fun and fly together. we'll be hosting loads of tournaments and like in space and on the ground and ground racing, flying through New Babbage and stuff like that. And it's also a place where we encourage just regular players to go and host your own events. Anybody is free to create a channel on the Discord and go set something up and go have fun with people. And yeah, dude, I'm just so excited for what Star Citizen has to offer. I've said this to people, and I'll say it again. Like, Elite Dangerous has a cool flight model. It does the flight assist off really well. It does flight assist on to help players that need it. But Star Citizen is next fucking level because it can go decoupled. You've got the FA off, where if you don't input, nothing happens. You push forward on the stick, you go forward, and you keep going until you stop yourself. It's got thrusters that are a little stronger, which means that ships actually don't mind turning without having to use boost, as long as you don't overspeed, of course.
Can I ask you a question?
And then there is, what's that?
I feel like Elite has a slightly better flight model.
No!
Wait. Let me explain. I feel like Elite has a slightly better flight model for flight assist off in space. And Star Citizen has right now already a better flight model for in Atmo. And I feel like the way that Star Citizen is continuing to sort of progress and get better on its flight model in general, we're like a month or 3 or 5, whatever, but very soon we're going to see Star Citizen eclipse Elite on the total flight model. But that's just, that's unsupported. That's my just random speculation. What do you think on that?
You got to watch what you're saying, dude. You've got 2 Verpals, People are going to take you serious.
I do have twin Verpals.
And the elite flight model, this is a personal opinion for everybody listening, is not better. Here's the thing, right?
In space?
You push forward on the stick, right? Like, or on your thrusters, and it keeps going. Both Elite and Star Citizen do that. Here's the difference, and here is why I think Star Citizen is better. Ships in Elite in space cap out at a really low artificial speed limit. Some ships do 270, some ships might do 300, some might do 400. That's bullshit. Star Citizen goes over 1100, 1200, 1300 meters per second. There are still differences, and there is still a limit because of technical reasons.
I agree.
And because you have to have those technical reasons, you're going to have one ship going slightly faster than the other because you want an interceptor to catch whatever, another kind of ship. And so the Newtonian stuff there is the same for Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen. But the difference is, one, Star Citizen does more thruster power, so you have more control. You can stop faster. You don't drift so wide as you do in Elite, where it's really frustrating for people to fly FA off unless you're going like with a perma boosting ship. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Elite Dangerous, you click the button, you go boost. It goes for 7 seconds. It always pushes out of the rear thrusters. You don't control anything. It also outputs on the side, on the lateral thrusters and the verticals, and you can limit that by doing the cargo boosting trick, but it's also artificial and weird. Star Citizen, you press the button and you hold it, and for as long as you hold it, and for as long as you have capacitor, you can use the boost on any of your thrusters you choose. You can use it on your retro thrusters to stop. You can use it to go faster with your main thrusters. You can use it to tighten a turn with verticals.
Big true.
You choose, and it goes for as long as you want it and no longer. And that control, it's like Star Citizen was made for this stuff, and Elite Dangerous just happened to be okay at it.
Now, hold on. Let me just say, number one, I'm drunk enough at this point that everything is blurry. But like, I feel like what you're saying with regard to speeds is true. Star Citizen is ahead. With regard to, though, the difference between transitional FA off and true FA off, Elite is better. It's a weird thing where, and
Why?
so wait, I will submit to your feelings on this matter because I feel like you know this better than I do. But like, I feel like Elite Dangerous has full FA off. Star Citizen has only transitional FA off. But the speeds in Star Citizen are better than Elite. So it's like it's a weird situation where it's a gray area right now where it's like it depends on your personal priorities on what is better. But there unquestionably Star Citizen is better for in Atmo FA off. With regard to in like out of Atmo, like full space FA off, Newtonian physics, I feel like it's a personal preference issue. So OSASHES has a thing, and then
Yeah, it's just going along on the same lines. I think the only thing that I could say Elite has, and this is coming from being a full FI pilot in Elite, is the unlocked rotationals, right? Something Star Citizen could do that would be amazing is have that as a toggle, an option, right? If you want locked rotationals, have them. If you want unlocked rotationals, you got them. If it had that alone, I would have no argument left for Elite having a superior flight model. But that's just personal opinion. The big thing is that like we pointed out a couple times, you have the difference between zero, space, vacuum flight, and Atmo flight, and all of the nuances and cool things about different atmospheric densities, different gravities, different everything. Like it makes so much more of a spectrum of places that you can go try to fly crazy, fly aggressively, go race. Whereas in Elite, it doesn't matter if you're on a planet side, if you're in space, it's all pretty much the same outside of a little bit of the gravity, which. You can't even make an argument there for it not just being a massive spectrum for Star Citizen of having different race variables. So.
No, I agree with you 100% that in Atmo, Star Citizen is just better across the board. Out of Atmo, it's like there's weird edge cases. Tweak, do you have a thing?
Yeah, I'll agree totally that in Atmo, I think we all agree that Star Citizen hands down is more realistic, more fun, better, period. No question. As somebody who has played a lot of Elite in the past, and then a shit ton of Star Citizen recently, and then this week I've gone back to Elite a little bit. In space, I think they're pretty close. Now, I've set my HOTAS up so that both games are pretty much the same flying controls, so they feel similar, except for, and mind you, I think we have to keep in mind that while we want this stuff to feel real, they're also games and we want them to be fun. I feel like Star Citizen, I have more fun flying even in space. I feel like I have more total control over my ship and not in an arcadey fake way than I do in Elite. And even if I were to be totally engineered, which I'm not currently on PC. That said, though, I mean, Elite's flight model, when you go FA off, you do get total FA off, whereas in Star Citizen, you have that rotational control. So that makes a difference. It also makes it easier for I would say, less professional, less devoted players to try decoupled and not throw a fit. I mean, as a new player in Elite, you go FA off, you start spinning uncontrollably and you're going mad. So
yeah,
it's a little different there. But I do think between the two games that I enjoy flying my ships in Star Citizen even more than I do in Elite. And I never thought in a million years I'd ever say that, quite honestly.
So real quick, as someone who is very drunk at this point, I would like BLACKMAZE to come in and talk to newer players or maybe sort of less sophisticated players of either game, whether it be Star Citizen or Elite Dangerous. Maze, talk to us a little bit and explain the difference between transitional FA off and rotational FA off or full FA off. Go ahead.
Totally. OSASHES mentioned it, right? The way Elite does it is you turn FA off you turn flight assist off, everything is off. Whether that means you're strafing to the left or it means you're yawing to the left and you're rotating around your own axes. And Star Citizen doesn't do that right now. And I wanted to say I totally agree with OSASHES. It's the perfect solution is options. I always say this, you know, because so many times there's people with different opinions. And if we're talking about stuff like flight systems, options are always the answer. So having the option to turn that system off independently would be awesome. To explain it again, if you pitch or roll or yaw, currently in the game, as soon as you let go of your controls, your ship will automatically stabilize the attitude of the ship and cancel any rotation. I actually think, I'm not sure yet because we can't really test it, but I actually think I prefer it. There's a cool trick I want to share, something you can do. Mm-hmm. There is a way to turn off the rotationals, the auto centering. It's a bit hacky. Basically, all you have to do is you turn your engines off. Of course, you lose complete control of the ship, but it's interesting to see what that does, especially in Atmo. And again, this is coming back to the Atmo play, and it's just so much fun to play with the atmospherics and the aerodynamics and all that, because what people don't realize often is if you're flying in a straight line in Atmo and you're flying a ship that isn't very aerodynamically stable, your ship, if you don't do anything with your inputs, pitching or rolling or yawing, your ship is actually firing thrusters constantly to stabilize your pitch.
True.
What's a really cool thing to do is go into like high into the sky, give yourself some forward speed, and turn off your engines. Because what you then see is that your ship, depending on the aerodynamics of the ship, will act either acceptable or very strange depending on what the wind is doing. And it actually shows you, and it made me aware of, if we get this as an option, that we can turn off this automatic stabilization of the pitch, roll, and yaw, you're going to have a really tough time flying in Atmo with most of the ships. Because take this, right? Like, I can't give you specifics, and I'm going to butcher this probably, but take an F-16 or an F-22 or whatever. These ships have so many computers on board. They have auto trim. You know, in airplane, you got to trim.
They do.
But these F planes, you don't, because you pitch it up at 10 degrees up, you let go of the stick, it's going to stay there. And all the computer systems are going to do exactly what Star Citizen is doing. They're going to stabilize the ship for you so it flies toward the crosshair. And it's not going to pitch up or down based on drag and flaps and airspeed. No. It's going to keep it right there. And having the option to turn that off and feel the ships in Atmo based on their shape and size is going to be so cool. Options are great. I'm not sure if this answered your question, but what I'm saying is it's so cool.
So both the Air Force and the Navy call that. And for the record, the largest Air Force on the planet is the United States Air Force. The second largest Air Force on the planet is the United States Navy Air Force, both of which call that the artificial intelligence trim package. OSASHES, you had a thing on ship sizes.
Yeah, this was just kind of along the same lines of comparison, and this isn't crapping on Elite at all, because I still, have a lot of love there, so that's all, yeah. But one of the big things I noticed when I came over from Elite to Star Citizen was the ship scales. It makes so much more sense, and you can feel it in the way that these ships behave, right? You get in something small like a Gamma or something like that, really snappy rotationals, really quick, fun to fly that way. You get in something bigger like a 600i or a Connie or something like that, right? It's sluggish, larger, handles like that. And so just those differentiations. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But coming over from Elite, where even the smallest ship like a Cobra, right, is still a pretty freaking massive ship. It's cool to have that sense of scale really kind of brought down to a more, in my opinion, realistic level.
Hell yeah. BLACKMAZE.
Yeah, dude, you gotta stop me. Like, I like to rant on these things.
No, it's
like,
good.
You gotta tell me when this goes on too long, because I could talk forever about stuff like this. Because I'm thinking of doing videos on flight handling per ship. People suggested that they'd be interested in seeing that, so I think I might want to look at that. But I want to talk about coupled mode, because Tweaked made a very interesting point, and I couldn't agree with him more. the difference between fly. You know, if you turn off flight assist in Elite, you just spin out of control, and it's actually pretty cool because he said in Star Citizen, I feel like I've got more control, and it's true because the flight assist model in Elite, the system, is it helps you a lot more than coupled mode does in Star Citizen. Someone mentioned it in chat a couple of minutes ago that Elite feels a little arcadey, especially with coupled or with flight assist on, because
sometimes
it does everything it can to keep you flying toward your crosshair, whether you're going forward or you're letting go of all your controls. If you pitch up, it'll fire all the thrusters automatically. With Star Citizen, coupled mode does a lot less. It only helps you fly toward the crosshair if you're inputting thrusters. If you let go of all your thrusters, it's just going to go, you know, in a Newtonian vector. Even if you pitch up, it's not going to follow your crosshair. It's just going to try and stop you. That's all it does. And that gives you a lot more sense of, hey, I'm drifting through space, but I'm still being stabilized. And it's a lot of fun to play with. And yeah, flying coupled versus decoupled is a huge topic. I probably shouldn't go into it too much. I was going to ask you, Kai, you've got 2 Virpils. Do you fly coupled or decoupled?
So, all right. Here's the truth of it. I would like to tell you I fly decoupled. I'm still a scrub. I fly coupled.
Here, I knew you were going to say that. You know what?
Yeah. Go.
I knew that you were going to say that because you said to me that you think that Elite has a better flight model in space. It's because you're flying decoupled. And I recommend you, especially with Virpils, to have some fun flying decoupled and talk to me again. You're going to love it.
Okay. I personally, now I'll admit, I would be willing to bet money you are a much superior pilot than I am. As it stands now, I feel like Star Citizen has the superior flight model in Atmo. Elite has just by a smidge the superior flight model in space. But I'm willing to admit that I could most likely be wrong based on what I see, you know, if I were to advance my skills. Tweaked, you had a point.
Yeah, to what BLACKMAZE was just saying, and with the first time I tried decoupled in Star Citizen, I was blown away because I was expecting FA off, and I hit the decoupled button, I turned it off, and I was on my way to a landing pad actually, and I expected to like lose control and start panicking and whatnot, and I didn't, and I landed, and I was like, did that not work? And I checked it, and sure enough, I was decoupled, and I was like, now wait a second, that didn't feel the same, and I think it's a smarter, better system in reality because with the technology that we are quote unquote playing with here, it makes sense that these ships have a flight computer that, as you said, most of our militaries have in the planes right now. It would make sense that they have them there, whereas in Elite, we don't. And to OSASHES' point about the ship sizes, so true. So very true. You even stand next to a Cobra in Elite, and it's massive, but you come to Star Citizen and stand next to a Gladius, and it's like, yeah, this feels right, and that feels like why it's so fast and snappy, and you can take it into an atmosphere, and you get vertical thrusts as soon as you want it and whatnot. It just handles better like that. And to take that a step further, you think they look huge and Elite normally? Try it in VR. I got VR this week, and I'm standing next to my crate. Oh my freaking God, are these ships massive? I mean, these ships are beyond massive in virtual reality, which is actually their true size. So I really feel like the flight model in Stars, and let me preface this. Elite Dangerous has ruined me, or had ruined me, for every other game. I've tried Star Wars Squadrons, I've tried War Thunder, I've tried all these other games that have flying in them, and I haven't been able to play them because the flight model wasn't as good as Elite. Star Citizen is the first one that I've come to that it feels even close to the same quality of flight model, and since spending some time in it, I prefer flying in Star Citizen just because even in space, like I said, weaving in and out of the asteroids or orbiting an Idris or an enemy or something. You just have more control over where you want to go, when you want to go, than you do at any time in Elite.
So let me see if I can sum this up. And please, everyone on the panel, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Elite has the superior flight model unassisted. If you wanted to talk about true Newtonian physics, i.e. translational FA off and rotational FA off combined, Elite is sort of the apex. However, what I hear you saying, both BLACKMAZE and Tweaked, are that the current level of technology with fly-by-wire, like the F-22, the F-35, the current 5th generation, if not 6th generation airplanes already have a fly-by-wire system that helps to correct for rotational FA off so that you just get transitional FA off. So what you're saying is that Star Citizen is, you feel, the superior in Atmo and out of Atmo. Like, nobody can question that in Atmo, Star Citizen is the best flight model, but you feel that if you take into account the transitional / rotational fly-by-wire FA off assistance that comes with the AI in current fighter, like 5th generation / 6th generation fighter aircraft, you're saying like, no, Star Citizen has it already, sort of chef kiss, the perfect whatever. BLACKMAZE, you're first, then OSASHES.
I fear we're gonna go in circles.
That's okay.
But I'll just say, like, the thing that Elite can do, even Star Citizen can already do it. Just input yaw and turn off your engine. It'll keep spinning. All Star Citizen needs to do is give us an option to turn off that locked rotational. Like, as soon as it does that, it's like it's over.
Okay.
But yeah, you asked me to say if I think you're wrong, and this is very rare, but I think you're wrong.
Okay. Here's the thing. I fully admit that I am not as good a pilot as you. So I had my prejudging opinion on, I think, like, one is better here and one is better there. I'm fully willing to accept that I'm just wrong. OSASHES. Okay.
I just want to very quickly say there's trained and untrained.
Okay.
Just practice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
OSASHES.
I totally respect your opinion, Kai, and this is just my opinion, right? This isn't fact, but so just take out Atmo completely. We're just comparing vacuum to vacuum, right? In my opinion, the only thing Elite has going for it is unlocked rotationals. When you compare the way that boost works, Star Citizen wins. When you compare top speeds, Star Citizen wins. When you compare the snappiness of ships, because the sizes make sense, the rotationals are snappy, so you can do really cool maneuvers, Star Citizen wins. So in my opinion, literally the only thing that Star Citizen is missing is the option to unlock rotationals. That's it.
I agree. So, all right, cool. All right. BLACKMAZE, wrap up this section. Go for it.
Beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to mention, because we were talking about XGR and hosting all these races, and this Friday, of course, this podcast is right after it, and I'm just so hyped because it went so well. This was the first time hosting like a larger event. We started off with like 15 people, and I don't want this to turn into an Elite bash, but my experience with Elite hosting community events is that meeting up takes a long time. You typically spend 1 to 1.5 hours trying to get everybody into the same instance. And if one person dies, they end up respawning somewhere and it is hard to come back. So I just want to share my experience with Star Citizen again has been so incredible. We meet up in the main menu. We party up 15 people, no silly limits of 4 people or whatever. Load into the server.
Just to be clear, if your answer was, 30 people, still no problem.
Oh yeah, 50 probably, right?
Like 40 to 50, yeah.
So we meet up at New Babbage, we load in together, and I'm filming, so I'm flying my Reliant core, but it's my turn to race. But I want to race the M50, and I'd have to go all the way back and grab another ship. No, of course not. This is Star Citizen. Can I borrow someone's ship? Yeah, sure. I'll just put my ship down. Hop on in. Like this is Star Citizen, dude. You can take anybody's ship and just fly it. It doesn't matter who owns it. It just, your mate gives you his ship and you fly it. And coming from Elite, it's just it. I think a lot of Star Citizen players take stuff like that for granted, and it is easy to do. But it's moments like that where I'm like, wow. That's
refreshing, isn't it?
That's just so impressive. And 2 more points. I'm gonna rush through them real quick.
Go for it.
I wanted to say this racing stuff we're doing. Everybody keeps saying it, and I just want to reiterate: Star Citizen is a true sandbox experience. I love making my own fun in universes like this, and Star Citizen is the Arma, the sandbox, the GTA 5 online, whatever. It's all of it. You can do everything, and OSASHES and I were scouting around Orison with little cars driving around the platforms and stuff like that. Dude, there's so much racing potential there.
Yes.
No, I'm done.
No, there's like 40 different platforms you can land on. And you just drive around the golf carts. It's amazing. It's so fun. Yes.
So good.
Yes. Okay. I don't even know where we're at this point in the show notes. I think we did the guest interview. Oh, we're at the XENOTHREAT. I want to link a video for you guys to see. I've been meaning, legitimately, for the last like 4 episodes, I've been meaning to include this, and then we haven't. I'm just going to include it now because like we have to. It's so good.
Attention, people of Stanton. A great injustice has been done to you. The time has come to send a message.
Attention, this is SAIC Dooley with the CDF. The naval forces at INS Jericho are being targeted by hostile XENOTHREAT outlaws. Any available combat support, report for duty immediately. Signing off.
Oh, Dooley.
The Navy's taking fire at INS Jericho. We need support scrambled there immediately.
You got me to veteran and a free outfit. Thank you.
The Navy's making a push against XENOTHREAT and has requested CDF support. I need combat pilots and anyone capable of transporting cargo to volunteer.
Mayday! Mayday! We are under attack! Please help!
We're getting damage reports from the Javelin. They're not gonna last much longer. XENOTHREAT forces are clear. Thanks for the assist.
XENOTHREAT was so good. It was fun. It had complexity. There were different... Now, XENOTHREAT V2, I mean. There were just so many things to it. The Argo cargo, if you parked it in front of the enemy ship, it literally would just refuse to fire its big railgun. Like, what? There was so much stuff in there that was cool. And including XENOTHREAT, you know, the Argo cargo, you could use it to fly around your quantum sensitive stuff if you put it inside of another ship. Just saying. Let's go around the group and get everybody's opinion. What did you guys like? I know this is late. We should have put this a week or two, but we had crazy stupid long shows. So I just really wanted to address that. That was such a great video. The link is going to be in the show notes for you. What do you guys think of that? Let's start with Tweaked. Go.
I loved it. What that video did for me was it made me miss the XENOTHREAT event. I had so much fun in that event with friends and strangers alike, and the complexity of it, the different things to do, the going through the Starfarers to kill the bad guys and get the cargo, and then the massively epic space battle at the end and everything.
Oh, yes.
So damn good. And profitable to boot, but so good.
You're lucky, Tweet, because you came in on XENOTHREAT V2. XENOTHREAT V1 was kind of dog shit, because it was like 3 or 4 days solid of like just load up the ship and then reload, load up the ship and then reload, load up the ship and then reload. And then there was like a couple days of nothing, and then a couple days of like, okay, now it's just the final part, do the fight. What you hit for the first time was XENOTHREAT V2, which was load up the ship, do the fight. Load up the ship, do the fight. That was so good.
And I hit it like a week into just getting the game. So I had enough time to like learn to fly, and then it was there. And oh my God, what an experience.
So good. That is the whole point of Star Citizen to me. Like, I feel like yes, it's not as polished as finished games, but it's accelerating at such a quick rate that it's like it's catching up and becoming that polished experience in a way. BLACKMAZE, what'd you think?
I missed the video because I was AFK for a second, but we're talking XENOTHREAT, right?
Yes,
I loved it.
V2.
First quick question, Kai. When did you start playing?
I started playing about a year and a half ago.
Wow. Okay, you've been in for quite a while.
Yeah, brother.
Because I'm the same as Tweaked. I started a month before Tweaked.
I remember talking you into trying it. I remember sending you videos going, dude, you could do so much more with Rebuy if you were to do it in Star Citizen. Yeah.
I know. It's true. I had a point. Just very quickly, my first experiences with XENOTHREAT, like most people, have been incredible. I loved flying to the derelict ships and just being like, oh my God, there's people parked up, and they're just like, hauling the cargo from the ship into their ship, and they're going to move it away. And it was just, it was an MMORPG experience. And I loved that so very much. And some people, some podcasts ago mentioned they found it a little disappointing that they did it in the clouds. I think because it kind of impacts performance. I think that was all part of it. They plan to do that, right? They need all that benchmarking data, and I think with them trying so many things with their volumetric cloud systems and stuff like that, they choose those locations on purpose because they want people to struggle. They want people that have stuttering frames so they can find out how to better optimize the game and stuff. And I've said this 100 times already, but as with everything in Star Citizen, it gives you a glimpse of what they're trying to do. And can you tell that I'm geeking out over Star Citizen?
No, 100%, and I don't blame you. OSASHES.
Yeah, I didn't get to participate quite as much as I wanted to just because of real life, but what I did, man, it was awesome because I've been around Star Citizen just casually for a while, and I remember doing XENOTHREAT 1, and like you said, it was kind of just pick up cargo, yada yada. It was kind of boring. This one gave me seriously epic vibes, like role-playing, flying like wing next to the Jav and stuff like that. Just super, super epic vibes. And like BLACKMAZE had alluded to, it kind of gave me like a little window, a little glimpse into what's coming in the future. And I'm just imagining multiple systems with a whole bunch of these events triggering dynamically and stuff, like the whole universe, you know, on the fly. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for what's to come from what I saw from this.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. That takes us to
No Man's Sky News.
All right, I'm going to be honest, there's not a whole lot of new news with Nomansky. Where we're at is we're still like 4 weeks left to complete Nomansky Expedition 3, which was fucking amazing. I completed it. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. one day, like just working at it. It was so good. And I have already a fully developed settlement on our hub planet, as well as the base computer laid out for the hub base. I think this week, I mean, let's be honest, this week I would totally be setting up the teams with architects and whatnot to build out the full Nomansky hub, except for the fact, or Black Sky Legion Nomansky hub, except for the fact that on Tuesday, New World drops, and I am going to be I'm taking a week off of work. That's how balls deep I'm going into New World. But like, okay, a week or two after we get New World sort of set and completely going the way it's supposed to be, I'm going to we're going to like get together a team. We're going to get architects. We're going to get sort of a foreman. We're going to build up what is going to be the plans for the Nomansky hub, and we're going to set it all up. We've already got a dozen plus members of the Black Sky Legion that have built bases on Nomansky and or settlements. We've got like 6 different settlements going on the planet. We've got members of the Soul Citizens community. We've got members of other communities that are like, yeah, we're building stuff on your planet. The link is already in the Discord under the Nomansky section for where our hub world is. It is called Black Sky Prime. It's going to have everything you want. So literally just go get the and it's in the Discord, get the coordinates on the Stargate for that hub world. Go there, and you're going to have free everything. And there's going to be cool bases. And we're going to start, within the next couple of weeks, we're going to start doing contests. We're going to go visit bases at random and be like, all right, we want to shout out this guy's base. Oh, we want to shout out that lady's base. This is cool shit. It's awesome, and it's there for you. I had planned a whole thing to talk to Wolf about his experiences in Expedition 3, but his internet shit the bed. Real quick, I want to run through from top to bottom. We're going to start with OSASHES. What do you think about Nomansky, bro?
Dude, it's freaking awesome. Hello Games just keeps hitting it out of the park.
Hell yeah.
Like, I keep coming back to this game after, what is it, 5 years now?
Yeah, for
this
free.
Is
17 updates.
No joke. This is actually the first expedition that I was kind of available when it was out, right? And I went through the whole way. And I'd be lying if I said a couple of those steps weren't a massive bitch, but holy shit, like the feeling of accomplishment at the end was just freaking great.
All right, let's go back and forth because I also completed it. What were the steps that you were like, such a pain in the balls? You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
The jumping and falling, however, the 30 seconds of falling, free fall, that one was a bitch.
I thought that one was easy because I did that one in combination with find a mountain that's like over 17,000 meters or whatever the fuck. I did that one together, and I literally got them both in one because I found the mountain, and there's that weird glitch where so long as you're facing the mountain, you can keep firing your rockets up, so long as you're touching it, like it won't turn off. So I got to the one where it was like the highest mountain, and then I just literally jumped off it straight across and just fell for like 30 seconds straight, and that got me that one.
Oh, you must have found a better mount than me.
Okay.
I tried that on mine, but it just wasn't enough. But shout out to like the badass No Man's Sky community, because there was a bunch of dudes that made bases that were like this
spot,
yada, and
yes,
they named it that.
nice.
Made these giant towers into the sky, and then finally I found one that was tall enough so I could get that one down there, which was sweet.
Nice. For me, I'm trying to think back. What were the ones that were a pain in the balls? Okay, a lot of them were fairly easy. The ones that really gave me a hard time were, there was that one where it's like you have to find a manufacturing base. Like I kept going to different spots and it wasn't a manufacturing base. And then,
yeah, the Find a Depot one. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass for me too.
And then when you get to the end where you're like, you get to that last planet where you're like waypoint 3 or 2 or whatever the fuck, and then you get there and you just see like 9,000 different comms beacons. You're like, oh, I'm close to the end. It was so good.
It was like a trip around the world, just like everybody from any background place, whatever, all leaving messages that mostly were positive, a few little silly things, but it was super cool. Like the sense of community in that event is just awesome.
It was like, hey, from Prague, we love you, you did it. Hey, from Iowa, good job. Hey, from fucking Bali, or hey, from, fucking, India or whatever. It was like, good thing you made it. It was like so cool when you got to the end and you saw all of those comms beacons, you were like, oh, I'm at the last step.
Hell yeah.
So good, so good. Tweaked. Have you played Expedition 3? You still got a month left before it's done. Have you checked it?
I feel guilty because it's downloaded and it has full VR, so by rights I should be, but I've been so distracted with other things.
Okay, no problem. BLACKMAZE, what'd you think?
If it doesn't have a flight model, I don't play it.
Fair. Hey, I ain't no
That's
shame in
very
that game. That's your thing. I get it.
I do want to say, like, I heard this on your podcast, of course, a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done something like this before with Space Engineers many years ago, where you have a community server with all the bases and stuff.
Yeah.
And seeing that you guys are like owning a planet that way and getting everybody involved, that sort of community gameplay, that I think is really cool.
Hell yeah. All right. I think it's time that we hop into a little Elite Dangerous. Let's go.
Elite Dangerous News.
All right. Elite Dangerous News. I got the background set up. Let's start off with...
It's the Dark Wheel update.
The Dark Wheel update. Yukwee! The Dark Wheel just won the election for number 2 in the system with a 4-0 shutout, and were awarded a surface base with large pads on for the Dark Wheel. The result of the elections puts the Dark Wheel just a touch under 6% inf below the controlling faction. Since Yukwee is a moderate populated system in low traffic, it's very possible to get that conflict for control of the system going in a matter of days. Time to take advantage of that base with the cargo and trade profits, as well as running the mission in the systems for the Dark Wheel to gain influence. There's no more big news other than the fact that the rest of the standing orders items look to be getting taken care of nicely, as all of you commanders are turning the wheel to do an amazing job at what you do. So we love you and thank you. With regard to Frontier news, patch 7 dropped. So yeah, that's good shit. There have been mixed reports with it. Some people have said like, hey, this has done this and this and this, and I'm feeling so much better with my frames per second or whatever. Other people have said like, oh, and I'm saying like, Yamix put out a video Obsidian Ant put out a video where they're like, demonstrably, here's the percentage of increase, and it's negligible. So your mileage may vary. Some people are feeling patch 7 is doing good stuff. Some people are feeling patch 7 did next to nothing. It brought crazy bugs with it where it broke some shit where like some people were like, oh, hey, this is weird. I got 9 quintillion damage when I shoot a Gauss rifle. It's like, oh, okay, that's broke. But I mean, broke in a cool way. That's a fun break. I don't know. With regard to the story that's going on in Elite, I know there's been some cool, weird / interesting stuff with regard to the whole Salvation story. Burr seems to believe that like Salvation is a bad guy who is setting up stuff and is like faking Thargoid attacks, and like he's the one that's responsible, or she. Other people are feeling differently. There's, I know, interesting things happening with regard to a special Gauss cannon that you can get, and there's like some special contests that are going on. I feel like there's a lot happening with the story of Elite that right now seems to be sort of like treading water. It's like, well, we sort of were at the spot where we thought by now Elite's like stuff was going to be happening with the main storyline, where it was like, hey, PC has, Odyssey, and console has Odyssey, so we're going to be at a spot where we're rolling on with the story. But like, obviously Odyssey got delayed by a year or more, maybe, who knows, ? So like they're doing a little bit of treading water, but like some of it seems to be working well, other bits seem not to be as much. Now, I know, Tweaked, you've spent a lot of time in Elite in the last week as a result of you getting access to both Odyssey and VR with your new computer. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, the spectrum of what you've experienced in Elite this week, and, we'll take it from there.
Yeah, my birthday was last weekend, and my wife and kids pitched in and bought me a VR headset. So I've pretty
Nice.
much been, what better to do in VR than fly a spaceship? And I got to tell you, Horizons stuff in VR is the most next level stuff you will see in a video game. It is groundbreakingly amazing. I mean, a python flew by me on my way out of a station, and I just about broke into tears. It's so impressive and immersive.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Odyssey itself, I've kind of come around on it a little bit. The subsequent updates, and now update 7, they've made some quality of life changes in it to where, for me at least, now mind you, I'm on a pretty well-built computer right now, but for me, it's playing pretty well. And to my particular play style, I'm not a racer. I'm not, strictly trying to do all on foot stuff. For my type of play style, where I'm doing the normal stuff I've done in space for a long time and then breaking it up and going down and doing some ground missions, I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. The settlement missions are more involved than I expected them to be. The AI is smarter now. The ground missions had a element of starting out stealth and sneaking around and getting in and all that kind of stuff. And then when we got caught, it turned into guns a-blazing, and it was a lot of fun. It really was.
Let me ask you, Tweak, because with the Obsidian Ants video from like 2-3 days ago, where it showed literally a guy on a ground mission came up and started shooting at him from like 4 feet away and just missing for like 30 seconds straight. And he literally cut to a clip of like from what was that movie, Pulp Fiction, where where
saw
the
that.
guys were like, I'm blanking on his name. The guy from Welcome Back, Carter, and the Preston, Elvis. No, what's his name? What's that guy? The gay guy who's like we're not supposed to say is gay. From Pulp Fiction. Help me, Tweaked.
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, so there's the white guy and the black guy. The black guy is Samuel L. Jackson. The white guy is
John Travolta. You mean the main guy.
Travolta? Yes. So where like there's the dude comes up and tries to shoot them for like 3 feet away and somehow misses with 87 shots. Where like so there's a situation where like an NPC runs up and tries to shoot Obsidian Ant from like a foot away. And is like shoots like 19 times and just misses, and it's like,
yeah, that has not been my experience.
Well,
not
okay.
yet. These AI they've gunned me down pretty quickly, and I'm not fully engineered, but I went and bought myself a grade 3 engineered combat suit. I can't remember the hell's the name of it. Dominator, I think it's called, the suit.
Combat suit is the Dominator, the engineering suit is the Maverick, and the exploration suit is the
right. So I've got a grade 3 Dominator suit and all the grade 2 or 3 weapons. And the AI were kind of harsh, really. I thought. I mean, I was trying to run and hide, trying to get around the corner. They were shooting me. They were throwing grenades at me. It was no joke. It's trying to do it by yourself would be a challenge, I believe. I had a friend with me and it was still a challenge. So I was impressed with the AI. It may not have been that good a patch or two ago or so, but right now for me, the AI has been incredibly smart. But at the same time, I kind of like the gameplay too, where I was with one friend and we were trying to get into a building. So I stood in front of the NPC, had him scan me, which distracted him while my buddy ran behind me, got into the building. And I just like that kind of teamwork that you have in going in. And I think the planet tech has gotten better. I've been impressed when I get down to the planets.
All right. Tweet, I want you to sort of talk about your experiences because I know you've played a ton of Elite this week. I want you to, take over and moderate and also bring in BLACKMAZE and OSASHES to talk about your experiences in Elite this week thus far.
Sure. Yeah, the planet tech, I've gone down and in VR flown across the planets and it's been pretty impressive looking, really. The textures are good. There's more variations in the height map, so to speak. There's like mountains off to the side and stuff like that. Is it Star Citizen level good? No, it's not, and it's not going to be. But it's pretty good, and I think for my play style, playing Elite Dangerous the way I do, in space, on the ground, a mixture of the two, I think it's getting to a place where it's a good base to build off from.
Right on. I'll be straight honest, like I hardly touched Elite in quite a while. But I don't have any like mad animosity, right? So I need to go back and check it out. I will say real quick a shout out to Elite Racers. I still absolutely adore the Scarab, and they're doing a Scarab Community Cup actually starting next weekend. That'll be like a series that's extending clear out until January. So anybody that's plays Elite, has any kind of love for the Scarab and wants to go do some racing, and there's going to be tons of different events. It's like a community organized event, so each weekend is hosted by a different member of the community. So there's going to be all sorts of different race archetypes, all sorts of cool stuff like that. So definitely go hop in Elite Racers and check that out if you're playing Elite.
That's cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, I have been of the mindset that, especially when I got into Star Citizen, that it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And I've finally gotten to a point where I can separate what should have been and enjoy what is. And I find myself surprisingly having a good time with it again. I'm starting the engineering grind, which I don't want to do, but I'm starting it. But
well, good for you, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you shouldn't feel embarrassed to be enjoying Elite. If you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it, and that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you guys.
It is a wild wolf.
Yes, from my phone, and hopefully I'm not roboting too badly.
You sound good.
Not roboting at all right now. No, go for it. What you
Awesome.
been up to, Wolf?
Well, when I have had internet working, I've been working. Like that's it. I get maybe 6 to 8 hours internet per day right now. Yeah, I hate my ISP. So, I've been trying to get into Nomansky to play that. Haven't been able to. Been able to keep up with the Dark Wheel stuff on Inara and getting those pushed out because, well, I can do that during my lunch break in the middle of the day. And yeah, kind of in a general holding pattern with all of my games. So hopefully this gets fixed soon and I can enjoy all the fun stuff that all y'all are up to.
So let me get this straight. You get only a few hours of internet a day and you're wasting it on the Navy and not on Nomansky?
Yeah, pretty much, because they actually, keep me fed. If I could figure out how to get food from playing Nomansky, I could deal with that.
So I mean carbon and then never mind. All right. Tweak, you and then BLACKMAZE. Go.
Yeah, one thing I have noticed, and because I never played Elite on PC prior to Odyssey, I don't know if a lot of these little improvements that I'm seeing were always on PC. Things like when I fly into a station, I can see the station turret guns in the mail slot, where I don't remember seeing that before.
We always had that.
And things like when you drop out of a wing, it's almost instant on PC, whereas on console, there's like a 30-second to a 2-minute cooldown period before you actually drop out and you can invite somebody else in. There's a lot of little things I'm noticing on PC that are just so much more streamlined and better than they were on even the Series X, the new generation consoles, which is disappointing in reality.
Well, this might
like
be.
I don't know if a lot of this stuff came in with Odyssey. So,
welcome to PC Master Race, BLACKMAZE.
Just in response to Tweaked, you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago as well. How, and I commend you for it. How you're able to sort of get past the what Odyssey should have been. I don't think I could ever do it. I feel like Elite with me, it felt like the worst breakup ever. I don't see it like
for me too. And honestly, I think the biggest propulsion for me has been my squadron, OPIX, that we've started a year or so ago, and it has grown pretty large. Without those guys, I don't know that I would have gone back, but the pull is there.
Because OSASHES just mentioned the Scarab race, and I think it's awesome. I'm excited to be a part of that, of course, and play with all of our friends over at Elite Racers, because you can definitely tell that it's very quiet right now.
Yeah. But for those people that are enjoying Elite, God bless you. Enjoy it. Like, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. Whether you just don't have the option to get into Star Citizen because you're on, a platform that doesn't allow it, or you just choose not to buy in, that's your choice, whatever. Or whether you're in a situation where you're like, no, I'm actually enjoying what they have to offer. God bless, Mazel Tov. I'm going to be hopping back into Elite probably around Christmas time. Like, let's be honest, for the next month or two, I'm going to be playing very minimal Nomansky, very minimal Star Citizen, none Elite. I'm going to be into New World hardcore. But, like, I plan to go back, and I hope that it's good when I do. So, all right.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to Boss Lady and her crew, because those guys, she put out a call on her stream last Thursday or Friday night. I don't remember when it was. Those freaking guys have made me about 700 million credits already. So I'm not really worrying about money at this point. and that's a huge bonus because I haven't ported over. I did not transfer my account from Xbox over to PC, so I'm starting literally from brand spanking new everything, engineering, money, the whole 9 yards. But
Oh, yeah.
those guys went to bat for me, and big shout out to all of them.
Hell yeah, huge salute. All right, that wraps up Elite News for the week, and that takes us to, we're going to skip real life science just for this week. Obviously, huge salute to the Inspiration 4 crew that landed safely, and NASA who brought them back, SpaceX who brought them back. We got two things to talk about this week with regard to space sci-fi in the media. First, Foundation dropped today, and holy fuck, it was so good. I came home from work and I immediately was like I said earlier, I was like, yeah, I'm not watching the Star Citizen stuff. I'm not looking at anything else. I got to do show prep, and anything that's not show prep, my time is going to be on Foundation. I watched both of the first 2 episodes. I thought it was going to be 3 episodes. They said it was going to be.
I have 3 on mine. I looked at it last night and I was like, oh, 3 episodes, and they're all like an hour long.
Yeah, no. But look at the third one. Look at episode 3. It says available October 30th. That's the way Apple always does it, where they're like the current stuff that's out, and then they're like, and the next one, which you can't get right now. They always.
No spoilers, though. I haven't watched it yet. So.
Oh, spoiler alert! It's an Isaac Asimov book from like the 40s and 50s. So like, yeah, you'll get.
I haven't read.
Oh my god!
They just want to make sure you pay for 2 months subscription.
Yes, it's 8 books that were written. Originally, the premises were under, I think, 5 sections of that. There was a magazine. There was a pulp magazine back in the day that had good shit. So, yeah, we're gonna play a video right now for you to see it. You need to see this. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna say this up front. This is our time. For real. This is 1977 and Star Wars A New Hope drops. And there are some people out there that go like, man, looks like space stuff, whatever. I want to see cowboys. I want to see fucking, Attica. I want to see whatever. Mobster movies. Like, no. This is our time. I said before, fuck Apple. Steal it if you want to. I'm telling you now, buy it. If only so they get the money and they go, oh, this is whatever. There was Lord of the Rings and fucking Game of Thrones and Dragons and Wizards and Harry Potter bullshit. This is our time. And our time started with The Expanse. And it's continuing and going to the next level with For All Mankind, with Foundation, with Dune, which Dune is already released and out in certain markets overseas where they put it in theaters only. In America, it releases on October 10th. Let me tell you right now, people have already seen it, and there's some reviewers that I respect who have said, I was kind of afraid that they were going to go like super woke with it and turn it into like they were going to fuck with the story and mess it up. They did not. They made it legit. They made it exactly what it's supposed to be. Now, the Dune story, people are like, oh, there's like a lot of women. Yeah, read the fucking book. The Bene Gesserits, this, that, and the other. Like, women had a lot of power in the original Frank Herbert book. And some people are like, oh, there's a lot of, this and that and the other, brown people and black people and whatever. And it's like, yeah, get over your fucking self. It's a story. Part of it, a huge chunk of it, is about the Fremen. Like, it's about sort of, look at what it is. It's the story, it's the Middle East. The Fremen are Arabs. The spice is oil. Like, and I know there's some people that are going to be like, oh, don't talk politics. That bums me out. Get over yourself. It's the fucking point of the story. It's Frank Herbert's Dune. It's baked into the story. He's done tons of interviews where he explains it explicitly. If you don't understand the fact that the story of Dune is there's a planet full of desert people who are colonized by other people who come in to get the stuff out of the ground that makes their transportation work, oil. Duh. If that bothers you, then fucking stop listening to this show. We're not talking politics. We're talking about the story of Dune. It's baked into the story. The writer wrote it that way. That's not my fucking fault. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They're all crooks. I'm just talking about Dune. And that's what this is about. But with regard to the Foundation, holy shit, it's so good. I've seen 100% of the episodes that are out right now, which is episode 1 and 2. I've seen, like, whatever. Episode 1, the pilot was, like, longer. It's like, I've seen, like, 3 hours of it. And it's fucking amazing. It is. So good. Here comes the trailer for it. Go right now. Spend $5. I don't care if afterwards you steal an iPad. Do whatever the fuck, Apple. I don't care. But just show support for sci-fi, amazing shit that's out there in the fucking community. Here we go.
You can predict the future.
People believe I can. And they don't like the future I predict.
Foundation is the greatest science fiction work of all time, and it's never been brought to the screen before. It was such a phenomenal influence on the Star Wars universe. Even things like Dune were influenced by Foundation.
The might of the Imperium has brought peace to thousands of worlds.
It's a story of ideas, and they are bold ideas. On one side, you've got the genetic dynasty, the Empire. On the other side, there's Harry Seldon in a 1,000-year chess game in order to save the galaxy.
Change is frightening, especially to those in power.
It's epic. It's epic in its ambition. It's epic in its storytelling. It's a 1,000-year tale.
The trick was figuring out how to take these weighty ideas that span a millennia and make them emotional.
I risked my life coming here.
You made a choice.
The story expands in such a huge way. There's so much in every episode.
There's fighting and hatred and love. It just speaks to the human experience and empathy and power. The size and ambition of the show is massive, and it's fantastic.
It took a while for the world to be ready for Foundation, and that age has finally arrived.
You came here hoping to save your world. I'm asking you to dream bigger.
Only we can shorten the darkness.
Fucking A. So, like, legitimately, because I'm hearing from people in the chat and whatever, they're like, I've never heard of this before. This is the original granddaddy. This is Isaac Asimov wrote this in the 50s or whatever. This inspired Star Trek. This inspired Star Wars. This inspired Dune. This is the beginning. This is the apex. This is Game of Thrones times a million, ignoring that last season that was dog shit. Oh my God, this is so good. Whoops, wrong button. I know that there are people that are going to be like, I don't like Apple. Okay, fine. I'm not trying to sell you on Apple products. Don't buy them. Steal them. But just this once, it's $4 and whatever, 99 cents a month. Pay the actual $5 a month, just because if 1 billion people spend $5 a month, Apple is going to go, oh, we need to make more of this because this makes us money. And then as soon as this show is done, cancel the subscription. Even if you love Apple, still cancel. Fuck them. Just because it will show them like, oh, we need to put money into this specifically and get it back on the air as soon as possible. This is the greatest series in the history of sci-fi. Literally, it won the Hugo Award. Hugo did an award where they were like, let's do our all-time greatest series, and this beat out Lord of the Rings as the greatest science fiction / fantasy series in the history of mankind. Like, it's that big. So fucking good. And they have plans for 8 seasons of this. The first season is already completely filmed. The second season, they are working on now. Like, if you love Game of Thrones, you will love this. If you love For All Mankind, you will love this. For $5 a month, buy it for 2 months, get all of this show, and then while you're on it, binge seasons 1 and 2 of For All Mankind, which are also amazing sci-fi. I'm going to shut up now. I've just ranted for like whatever, and everybody's like, dude, let me talk. So let's start with OSASHES first, and then Tweet. Go.
Holy hell, man. Like, this is literally the first I've heard about this, and that just blew my socks off, that little trailer. That's incredible. I have an Apple TV with like a free year of Apple TV, whatever the hell it is, and I've never watched anything on it. So that's going to change because this looks freaking awesome.
So let me tell you right now, OSASHES, write this down. Ready?
Gotcha.
Foundation. First 2 episodes are out now. Third episode comes out next Friday. For All Mankind. Fucking amazing space show. So good. Seasons 1 and 2 are complete. Season 3 they're filming now. They're like halfway done filming. Ted Lasso has nothing to do with space, but it's just fucking amazing. Season 1 is out, complete. Season 2 they're almost done with. Mythic Quest season 1 and 2 completely out, and SEE stays starring Jason Momoa in a post-apocalyptic future world where a weird pandemic hit, killed 90% of the planet, and the 10% that were left, it made them all blind. And then cut to 400 years or 300 or whatever hundreds of years in the future where like everything's weird and 100% of the population is blind, and your first couple of not blind kids get born, and people are like, they're witches, burn them at the stake. Fucking starring Jason Momoa. Fucking amazing. Season 2, Jason Momoa is battling his brother, Dave Bautista. Holy shit, son. Tweaked, you're up.
Yeah, I saw a review of this earlier that compared it to the best of Star Trek mixed with the best of the Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Series. And to me, that sounds amazing. I love the trailers that I've been seeing for it. The fact that the showrunner already has so many seasons mapped out in order to properly tell the story tells me they're probably going to do it right. And like you, I am no shill for Apple. I don't own an iPhone. We are an Android family. But
sure,
for my money, from the looks of it, Foundation, I can say for sure, For All Mankind and Ted Lasso are some of the best TV on any of the streaming services, period.
Yeah. No, I'm saying pay them for this show just so they see, and all corporations everywhere. Because let me tell you something. If Apple suddenly gets 99 million people that fucking subscribe for $5 a month for 2 months, it's not just Apple that gets that message. Netflix gets that message. Disney gets that message. Amazon Prime gets that message. All of the people out there go, oh, because, like, all of these corporate fucking bullshit assholes are just they will immediately copy whatever. Oh, Marvel's making money. Let's make superhero movies. Oh, this
Disney's
one's
got a big year planned for next year. 2022 is going to be a big year on Disney Plus.
Sure. But like any company, I don't give a fuck who they are.
Yeah.
It could be, you know, fucking, you know, whatever, you know, Hitler Inc. If they see, oh wow, those guys are making money with space shows, all of a sudden everybody wants to make space shows and space movies. It has nothing to do with how cool or how or horrible they are. It's just corporate fucking bullshit. When something succeeds, everyone copies it. So like, support the fuck out of this, if nothing else, just for this. Like, this is our time. This is our shot. And if it, you know, Marvel, they had their time. It blew up kind of a little like, oh, there's a little thing. And then everyone spent money. And then it was just like, well, we'll keep doing it till the wheels fall off. If you want to support good sci-fi, now is your chance. Pay money for good sci-fi and they'll make more good sci-fi. Holy fuck. What do you think, Baze? What do you think, Wolf?
I'll say it all looks incredible. I hadn't heard of it, just like OSASHES. I don't own Apple TV, so can I do this without Apple TV?
So you can literally Apple TV. So Apple TV, there's two different things. Apple TV is like $100 for that little hockey puck looking fucking thing that's like the Fire Stick, whatever. But Apple TV Plus is this. It's $5 a month. And you don't have to buy shit. You can subscribe for literally. It's like, oh,
just download the app on your smart TV.
You don't even have to download the app. You can stream it through fucking Internet Explorer or Chrome or whatever. You don't even need an app. You can just watch it. You pay $5 a month for it, and then you just watch it online. I literally didn't have enough room on my iPad because I have a fuck ton of YouTube videos downloaded that I got to get to for next week's show. But like, so I got home today and it was like, you can't even upgrade the app. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to stream it through Chrome. That's it. You don't have to buy anything other than pay $5 a month for the month to rent it. It is good.
Can't ever have enough good sci-fi shows.
Yes, so like I said, hit up while you're at it. Hit up first Foundation, then For All Mankind, both amazing sci-fi. Then Ted Lasso, just because it's great. Then Mythic Quest, because it's a hilarious. It's basically The Office set in a company that's making an MMO. So it's hilarious dumb shit comedy with the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia set in, oh, we're making an MMO, and it's just hilarious fun. And then go watch SEE with Jason Momoa with a very cool, weird, fucking funky Twilight Zone type thing. Wolf, hop in on this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this when I finally have more than the soda straw of cellular phone based internet that I'm using right now. But as soon as this is working, I'm going to definitely log in and watch those. I watched For All Mankind. I am waiting for that next season to come out. I'm not going to spoil where the last season left off, but like the premise of the show being, you know, it's an alternate timeline of the space program, and you know, they start where you would think the space race part of the space program would start, and then they continue, and it's gonna get good. Like, it's already good. I'm waiting to see what happens next. Like, bro, I saw where that like right before the end credit, title screen popped up. It's like, oh, that's what's next.
Bro, I don't give a
and
fuck.
Then I was super bummed that it's God knows when.
I don't give a fuck. It's been out for 6 months already. I'll spoil it. Fuck it. The end of it, the last 20 seconds of season 2, so this is telling you where it's gonna launch season 3, is they're on Mars, and it's like the late 80s, early 90s, and they're on Mars. They're living on a base on Mars, and I'm like, fuck yes, my hard on for this is so great that my desk is leaning away from me. holy shit, I want this. And they've already filmed like most of season 3. It's close to done completely, and I am so there. I am there for it. I cannot wait. If you have not, so I know for a fact because BLACKMAZE and OSASHES are both like, I don't know about Apple TV. Dude, For All Mankind has 2 full seasons out, and the premise is, what were to happen if in the 1960s we lost the space race and the Russians were the first to land on the moon? So then because we had tons of money, we kept going because we're like, fuck, we lost. We need to make sure that we get there. And the Russians kept going because they were in the lead. So it was, what would happen if the space race had never stopped in the 60s? And by the late, literally 1971, 1972, both the Americans and the Russians had bases on the moon. And the space program just kept going and ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. And it's fucking amazing. Like, it is as good. And I will say, don't get me wrong. Don't take this as me disrespecting The Expanse. The Expanse is the Expanse is Christina Hendricks in a bathing suit. The Expanse is the sexiest fucking thing I can imagine. And For All Mankind season 2 gets as good as The Expanse. If not the last 2-3 episodes, maybe even better. And that seems like fucking sacrilege to even say, because 2 years ago I couldn't imagine something as good as The Expanse, but it's that good. So, and Foundation, from the launch, better than For All Mankind. But keep in mind, literally, Foundation won the Hugo all-time greatest sci-fi in the history of mankind award. It was up against The Lord of the Ring for sci-fi or whatever. And it was like, there were like five or six top series where they were like, could it be Lord of the Rings or Foundation or, I don't know, it's like Rama and Old Man. Like, there were a couple of things where it was like, what is the greatest single sci-fi series in the history of mankind? And the winner was this show, Foundation. First 2 episodes dropped today. And as I have every book of the Foundation series here. Now, I will say, it does not follow the books the way the books work, because the book started with Foundation, and then like later on, it wasn't until the late 80s that they went to like Prelude to Foundation and what was it, Foundation and what was that? There was Transition to Foundation or Forward to Foundation, and then there was Foundation and Empire. Like the books were done in a different chronological series. This is sort of starting at the beginning chronologically, which wasn't till the later books, but this is telling a coherent story starting. This would be like, just to give you an example from the Star Wars series, this would be like, hey, we're going to start at whatever the fuck, the first one with the little kid with the pod racer. We're going to start that way. Phantom Menace, and go in chronological order. And I'm not comparing this at all to Phantom Menace. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying this is where, despite the fact that the book started in the middle, went forward from there for like 5 books, then jumped back in time to the preview. This starts at the beginning chronologically. I'm probably really explaining this badly, but it's fucking incredible. Please watch this. And I see somebody talking about fucking Primer in chat. Primer is one of the very few time travel. Primer is the first ever time travel thing that I saw on a movie or TV show that wasn't fucked. I love the idea of time travel, but then every time travel I've ever seen, they do it dog shit. They fuck it up. There's a huge hole in the plot that it's like, well, that doesn't work. Primer's the first thing where it's like, I've watched it a dozen times. I challenge you, watch it and find the hole in that plot. There isn't one.
Did you see Tenet?
Tenet was good, but it was...
I liked it.
Tenet's good, but it's action-y, as opposed to Primer is hard sci-fi. It is internally consistent without explosions. It's about the actual... like just the mind fuck of it all. All right. So that covers Foundation. Go and buy it right now and watch it. In addition to that, we've got a link in the show notes for Peter Pepper's Everything You Need to Know About Asimov's Foundation series. This is a 12-minute long video that explains sort of the book series in a general. It does have some spoilers. So if you're like, I don't want spoilers, well then don't watch that video. But if you're like, sell me on it. I don't believe you. Watch that video where it explains where the book series goes, and you'll understand why the Hugo Awards, which are the fucking Nobel Prize of sci-fi, said this is the greatest ever sci-fi series to ever have been written. All right. In addition to that, I want to link the best version of Dune, the 1984 Dune, to prep people for the October 10 Dune launch. Spice Divers, Dune 1984 Alternative Edition Redux Fan Edit. It is a 3-hour long version of Dune, which, sorry, but that's what you need in order to do Dune right. Dune should have never been a movie. Dune should have been a 12-hour long or 20-hour long or 30-hour long TV series, and it would have been perfect. I just linked it in the show notes. But this version is, Jodorowsky's Dune was going to be amazing, but it never got made. Lynch's Dune 1984 was actually good, except for, it was a flop because it was dog shit because he got fucked over in the edit by Dino De Laurentiis and Rafaela De Laurentiis, the producers, and MGM. And then they released a 3-hour long director's cut, which was so bad that literally fucking what's his name? I just said his name. The director, whatever. He was like, "Don't even put my name on that. Put a Alan Smithy," which is like what you do when the director says, "I don't want to be associated with that dog shit." But this version right here that I linked in the show notes, you can watch it on YouTube. A fan went through, cut, edited, and took from the 3-hour version and all the additional scenes footage. There was like 4 hours of additional scenes. He went and painstakingly edited, Spice Diver is his name, edited and cut different sections and re-clipped it all together to make a coherent story. It's legit, and you can watch it for free. In addition, I will say, the Dune that's coming out on October 10th, the Dune that's coming out in like fucking, like 2 weeks, it's amazeballs. People have already seen it, and there were people that were like, I think they're going to fuck this up. It feels like they're going to go social justice warrior, super PC, super whatever with it. They're going to go super, left-wingy with it. And those people were like, oh, I was wrong. It's really good. They were true to the original story. So I am so excited for Dune. I will say this, the one thing that worries me about Dune is, from those people that have reviewed it, that have seen the full movie already, they said, A, it's very clear that this is sort of part 1 of 3. This needs to be more movies, which was also true of the Dune from 1984. B, this is such an amazing, epic spectacle that you should watch this you shouldn't even watch this in a movie theater. You should watch this in IMAX. It's that good. And because this is being released on HBO Max, and a lot of people are going to be watching it at home, I'm really scared that COVID is going to fuck this up and is going to turn it where people are like, it was good, but it wasn't all that great. And it's like, yeah, because you're watching it on your 27-inch TV or your 9-inch tablet, as opposed to, if you can, go watch Dune on an IMAX, or if not, go watch it in at least a full theater screen. I mean, come on, we're living in COVID times. Let's be honest. Half the movie theater is going to be empty anyways. Go on a Wednesday, take a day off, go on a Wednesday at noon and watch this shit. It's gonna be fucking amazing. So yeah, I just huge support for. I'm feeling the whole, sci-fi. Like this is our time. Let's own this shit. Go check out Dune. Does anybody have anything they want to hop in? Nobody's putting in a dot or anything. Hop in on this. Let's start with Tweaked. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dune. I read the original book when I was like 12 years
Herbert's.
old or something. So
Right.
I've been a fan of Dune my whole life, really. Never saw a movie that I thought did it justice. So from what I've seen of this one, it looks pretty good, but I'll definitely watch it. That being, I don't have any interest in going to. Don't get me wrong, I love the movie theater experience. I do, but I think the prices that they charge for. I mean, it costs me for me and my wife and 2 kids to go to the movies. It costs me almost $100 between tickets and popcorn and soda, and that's crazy to watch a movie. So I'll watch it on my 67-inch 4K TV downstairs, or if I can, I'll watch it in my VR headset, which gives me a giant theater screen in front of me there too. So there's lots of ways to watch it at home.
So you have VR. So maybe for your case, yeah, okay, watch it on HBO Max with VR, and that'll be awesome. I go to the movie theater. I'll go to a Wawa, pick up like quesadillas and a drink. I refuse to spend stupid fucking money. I refuse to spend $12 on popcorn or soda or whatever. I throw that shit in a bag and I walk in, and I'm 6'7". I look at the security guy like, I dare you to fucking check my bag. The dude just like looks the other way. I walk through, I sit down, I go into the movie theater, I eat my quesadillas, I drink my drink, and then I put everything. I have a garbage bag with me. I have like a little, like the plastic bag that stuff came with. I put it with me. I clean up all my trash. I leave everything perfectly clean when I leave. But like, I love going to the movie theaters on like noon on a Wednesday. No kids, no fucking stupid teenagers being noisy and shit. I had to stop going to the movie theaters on the weekend. I went, my ex refused to go with me anymore because there was this one dude talking on his phone. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. I paid money to watch the movie. And he was like, make me. And I grabbed his phone. He had an iPhone. I chucked it against the wall and it shattered into a bunch of pieces. And then we had to leave before the cops got there. So I go to the movie theaters like at noon on a Wednesday, because then like no kids, no fucking annoying people, whatever. But yeah, in your case, if you got fucking VR, yo, you're good to go, bro. You're good. What do you think, OSASHES? What do you think, BLACKMAZE? What do you think, Wolf?
This crap is popping off, man. Like you said, it's kind of like our time right now. All this sci-fi stuff popping up. Honestly, something that comes to mind is like what SpaceX has done, and all these private enterprises for just like getting space exploration back in the mainstream and getting it going. I think that's bleeding over to entertainment. People are more interested in astronomy and just space in general, man. So it's freaking awesome. I'm super psyched for all this stuff coming.
Hell yeah, Wolf, hop in on this.
I remember reading Dune a while ago.
Yeah.
And I loved the book, and I didn't think the 84 version was that great, but it was watchable. I've seen the other version as well, and I was like, okay, yeah. The fact that they're going to spend the time proper to really tell the story and tell it right, I am no kidding excited for.
Dude, the 84 version was actually good if you already read the books, because it was just like a highlights clip, and it's like the shit that didn't make sense to people that didn't read the book, you got it, and you were just like, oh, this is like kind of sort of like highlight reel of what the book was, and it like the story, you understood it. But for people who didn't read the book, the 84 movie was like absolute dog shit. You were like, I don't understand, what the fuck is Sting doing? Like, it didn't make any sense. But like I said, I have a link in the show notes. The Spice Diver version, if you want to spend the 3 hours, and I highly recommend that you do. I'm putting it in the chat right now. The Spice Diver version of Dune from 84 was really good at it. Hop in on this, BLACKMAZE.
Dude, I'm so sorry. It's quarter to 5 here. All I heard was quesadillas, and I want quesadillas.
Damn right. All right. We're gonna wrap this up, and we're just gonna do Roy stories and then close out for the night because I feel really, really bad. I'm keeping BLACKMAZE up until well into tomorrow.
Don't, dude. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to be on. I'm grateful.
Right on, brother. All right, here comes Roy stories, and then we're closing out the night.
We now return to Roy Stories, Season 3, Tales from Tawanta, Episode 9, The Hero.
Wilson Port, Tawanta, 3305, August 19, 1611 hours, Galactic Standard Time. George Smith whistled while he worked. He was just finishing up loading 8 tons of titanium into a hauler. There were lots of these little ships coming into the port these days. Some might say that this was an inefficient way to run a starport and that it would be better if just larger ships were landing. But the station was booming, and if anything, more large ships were managing to land. It was exciting. Lots of cargo, improvements to the equipment, and better safety procedure. Things were just running smoother. There was more of a focus on solving the problems in the docking area than making sure everyone was busy all the time. The Burian Protectorate managers were focused on having a smooth-running port with a good throughput of ships and cargo, but they listened to the suggestions of the dock workers and didn't just assume that they knew best. One thing they had insisted on was a shorter working shift. The station now ran 5 overlapping 6-hour shifts rather than 3 overlapping 10-hour shifts. At first, George was worried that he'd see a big reduction in pay or that he'd have to work 12 hours each day rather than 10. But no, he worked just one 6-hour shift for 6 days, and then he had 2 days off. Then he would work the later shift for 6 days, and so on. He received the same pay for compensation for having to readjust his life every 8 days. He laughed out loud when they told him that. Under the previous regime, he didn't have much of a life anyway. That wasn't the only improvement to his life. He had a new apartment. It was still tiny, but it was double the volume of his previous one. All for the same rent. The Burian Protectorate had brought in new regulations on accommodation standards, much to the annoyance of some of the richer citizens. They were reminded that piracy was down, and so they were better off anyway, and should step up and work a little for the collective good. Some left, and some realized that they'd still be better off staying given the sustained boom the system was having. All the extra time that George had meant he was able to indulge in some hobbies. He had a tiny little hydroponics chamber in his apartment where he was trying to grow flowers. He wasn't very successful, but one of his orchids had bloomed, and he spent an hour of each day painting it, sometimes in a realistic style, sometimes in a psychedelic style that he liked. He hadn't given up on his dream to move to a colony and start a new life. He was still saving for that, but it wasn't an escape from an oppressive life anymore. While he finished up loading the hauler, an Imperial courier had landed on the adjacent landing pad. The pilot was descending the steps of the ship. George recognized him as one of the commissars that used to enforce political doctrine for official Tawanta order. George shrugged. Suppose it was too much to expect all the old thugs to be brought to justice. He was glad that Daisy was unloading that ship, as he wouldn't have to.
We now return to Roy Stories, Season 3,
no, I'm so
Tales
sorry.
from Tawanta,
Something clicked and it
Episode
dropped.
9, The Hero.
We'll edit this. Wilson Port, Tawanta, 3305, August 19, 1611 hours, Galactic Standard Time. George Smith whistled while he worked. He was just finishing up loading 8 tons of titanium into a hauler. There were lots of these little ships coming into the port these days. Some might say that this was an inefficient way to run a starport and that it would be better if just larger ships were landing. But the station was booming, and if anything, more large ships were managing to land. It was exciting. Lots of cargo, improvements to the equipment, and better safety procedure. Things were just running smoother. There was more of a focus on solving the problems in the docking area than making sure everyone was busy all the time. The Burian Protectorate managers were focused on having a smooth-running port with a good throughput of ships and cargo, but they listened to the suggestions of the dock workers and didn't just assume that they knew best. One thing they had insisted on was a shorter working shift. The station now ran 5 overlapping 6-hour shifts rather than 3 overlapping 10-hour shifts. At first, George was worried that he'd see a big reduction in pay or that he'd have to work 12 hours each day rather than 10. But no, he worked just one 6-hour shift for 6 days, and then he had 2 days off. Then he would work the later shift for 6 days, and so on. He received the same pay for compensation for having to readjust his life every 8 days. He laughed out loud when they told him that. Under the previous regime, he didn't have much of a life anyway. That wasn't the only improvement to his life. He had a new apartment. It was still tiny, but it was double the volume of his previous one. All for the same rent. The Burian Protectorate had brought in new regulations on accommodation standards, much to the annoyance of some of the richer citizens. They were reminded that piracy was down, and so they were better off anyway, and should step up and work a little for the collective good. Some left, and some realized that they'd still be better off staying, given the sustained boom the system was having. All the extra time that George had meant he was able to indulge in some hobbies. He had a tiny little hydroponics chamber in his apartment where he was trying to grow flowers. He wasn't very successful, but one of his orchids had bloomed, and he spent an hour of each day painting it, sometimes in a realistic style, sometimes in a psychedelic style that he liked. He hadn't given up on his dream to move to a colony and start a new life. He was still saving for that, but it wasn't an escape from an oppressive life anymore. While he finished up loading the hauler, an Imperial courier had landed on the adjacent landing pad. The pilot was descending the steps of the ship. George recognized him as one of the commissars that used to enforce political doctrine for official Tawanta order. George shrugged. I suppose it was too much to expect all the old thugs to be brought to justice. He was glad that Daisy was unloading that ship, as he wouldn't have to deal with the man. George was pretty sure that he was one of the more cruel commissars under the order. George cleared the pad to allow the hauler to take off. When he came back out of his little bunker, he noticed that Daisy was finishing up directing the automechs, unloading the cargo. 7 tons of it as far as he could see. All the while, the pilot carefully watched what she did and issued orders about where the containers should be put, as if he knew better than Daisy did. Ha, thought George. The man was as arrogant as ever. Some things never change. George ran diagnostic tests on the loaders and conveyor equipment while he waited for the next ship to land. He glanced over at the pad that the Imperial courier was parked on. Daisy had left, but the pilot was hanging out near the door to the deck crew ready room. Then George noticed the automech transporting a container away from the gleaming white ship. It was heading the wrong way, too, towards the pad between his and Daisy's. That pad had been shut down for maintenance the day before after some minor malfunctions that had happened. George walked as briskly as he could in his clunky mag boots toward the errant loader. He reached it while it was about 4 meters from the pad's cargo pod conveyor and sent an override command from his hand terminal to bring it to a stop. He checked the manifest. Bio-waste, apparently, which George considered odd. The container was high specification with refrigeration options and had a reinforced casing.
Hey Control, I seem to have a malfunctioning automech and a weird cargo pod on pad 17. Could you run a quick scan on the container for me?
Will do, George. Give us a minute.
George looked around while waiting for the reply and noticed the pilot walking towards him. The pilot's right hand was reaching inside his flight jacket. George had a bad feeling and started to walk away from the man, towards some containers to get out of the man's line of sight.
Randomius, George. That container might be holding nerve agents. Don't do anything to it. We'll send a cleanup team in right away.
Send security as well. I think the pilot that smuggled it in might be armed.
They are on their way.
George reached the containers and looked back. The pilot had a laser pistol in his right hand and a hand terminal in his left. He was staring at the terminal, frantically typing with his thumb. The automech started up again. George quickly issued override commands to the automech with his own terminal. The automech turned 90 degrees and started to move towards the original pad. George could see the pilot snarl, look confusedly at his terminal, and finally pause to think. Suddenly, he looked up from his terminal and looked straight towards George. George pulled his head back around the corner of the container and saw a laser pulse pass through the space where his head was. He turned and started to run as best he could, with mag boots on. He heard a clanging noise from the container behind him. He glanced back and saw the pilot standing on top of it. George continued running and almost made it around the corner when the pilot fired. It hit him in the leg, drilling a hole through his thigh. George yelled out in pain and clung to the side of the container, his mag boots refusing to let him fall prone. He heard a clang on the top of the container he was clinging to, and then the clunk, clunk, clunk of someone walking with mag boots on top. He looked up to see the pilot pointing a laser pistol at his head.
Time to die, asshole,
said the pilot. There was a bright flash. George felt a wave of searing heat from above, smelled burning flesh, and then blacked out. Wilson Port, Tawanta, 3305, August 21st, 0817 hours, Galactic Standard Time. George woke up in a medical bay with a dull pain in his leg and tightness in the skin of his face. He gradually became aware of two people standing near his bed. As his vision cleared, the people resolved into a man and a woman. The man looked to be dressed in a doctor's uniform. The woman was dressed in a stylish business suit, probably a station administrator of some kind. George hoped that he wasn't in trouble.
Hey, good to see you awake. How are you feeling?
The doctor asked.
I've been better. My leg hurts and my face is tight. What happened to me?
You were shot in the leg by a terrorist at the docks. He suffered some minor burns when the station's pulse lasers vaporized him.
The memories flooded back, and along with it, the terror. He was sure that he was going to die.
It's okay. You're safe now,
said the woman.
My name is Isley Woodward. I'm responsible for running this station. The terrorist that shot you has been killed, and his black-marked accomplice has been arrested. In time, we will have all the people in this terrorist conspiracy in custody.
Am I in trouble?
Asked George.
Randomius, no. You are a hero. Your quick thinking, dedication, and bravery probably saved the lives of everyone on the station. I'm here to personally thank you and to offer you any assistance I can. You're getting the best medical treatment possible, so you should make a complete recovery. You'll even have your eyebrows back in a few weeks. However, until the terrorists are all caught, the station might not be safe for you. We would like to pay for you to go on a holiday, a luxury cruise, to keep you off the station for a few weeks. Don't worry. You still have a job to come back to and an apartment to live in. You'll always be welcome here. But for now, you would be safest somewhere else. Is there anywhere you would like to go?
Well, I have always wanted to go to the California Nebula and see the Alliance colonies there.
We will make all the arrangements. For now, you focus on healing and get some rest.
George mumbled shocked thanks as Progenitor Woodward left the room. The doctor administered a mild sedative. George drifted back to sleep. Oh, hell yes. I hate it when terrorists on the dock shoot me in the thigh. But I love it when the governor sends me on an all-expense-paid cruise somewhere. So, you know, there's that. Real quick, since Roy's not here this week, he's in Mexico, I want to give a shout-out to the crew who worked so hard on this. Obviously, Roy, who gets all the stuff organized. Obviously, Commander Thomason of the Burr Pit, who wrote the original stories. Huge thanks to Jello Wiggler and Roy's wife, who we call Mrs. Roy, and Tweak, who read out parts. The narrator this week sounded like an asshole. Forget that guy. But everybody else did phenomenal stuff. And huge shout out to Monahive, who does original music and Foley work and editing and all of the stuff to make that all work out. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have had a good time with us tonight. Let's start with BLACKMAZE. Say goodnight to the beautiful people and share any closing thoughts that you have. Go for it, bro.
Good night. Thank you again, as always, for having me on. And I look forward to the next time.
And don't forget to join the XGR Racers tomorrow night at, is it 6 p.m. UTC, I think, and Sunday night as well?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, come and join XGR. Discord link is there. We're racing Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. UTC.
Discord link will be in the show notes, as will the links to the 2 videos that have all of the information. Yes, tomorrow night and Sunday night, the newest and awesomest of all awesome Star Citizen race leagues is now there. Get in on the ground floor. You can say, I was there for the first weekend of races. I'm an OG Star Citizen racer. Go and join them. OSASHES, get in on this. Say goodnight to the beautiful people and share any thoughts you have, brother.
Yeah, just thanks again so much for having us. Good night, everybody. And yeah, come race with us. Even if you don't want to come race, come hang out with us. Hoon about, low fly.
Ooh,
just come hang out.
I got a thing.
Go for it.
Just like what OSASHES said, we actually need, and this is going to be a real thing because, Star Citizen Racing is in open, as we call it in Elite Dangerous. We need people that enjoy protecting. And when 315 comes out, we need folks ready in ambulances.
Bro,
Cutlass Red.
Get a bunch of people, get like 5 fucking hammerheads hovering over the space. And then then people come to like, oh, I'm gonna come fuck shit up. You got like 5 hammerheads full of fucking turrets just on your ass. Like, yeah, bitch, now what? Your Cuddy Black just turned into a smudge. Fuck yeah.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, Ty. I needed to get that in.
No, absolutely. If you're into anything, just want to come hang out and participate in some way, there's going to be a way for you to hang out and participate. So come join up.
Hell yeah. Show up in an 890 with, show up in a yacht and drink champagne and watch the racers. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Tweet.
Hell yeah.
Get in on this. What's up?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for spending your Friday night with us, as always. I hope we had some fun. And I am in a wonderful place right now where I have not 1, but 2 space games that I'm really enjoying at the moment. So I will see you in the varying galaxies.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Beautiful. And Wolf, say goodnight to the beautiful people.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone could join us this evening. Sorry I was a little late. Definitely some technical problems on my end. And with any luck, they'll get fixed, and I'll be able to join all of you in the various verses as well. Have a good evening.
Hell yeah. I love you all. Play some space games. New World drops in like 4 days. Come join us with that. Join the Discord. Support Hunternet Starfighter. Support Boss Lady B. Support all of the things. Buy fucking Apple TV just for Foundation, if nothing else. We're going to be in the Discord right after this. And after the song, there's a little extra, little funny bit for you. So, go check it out. Good night, everybody. And be excellent to each other.
We now return to
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. birds singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings, you better learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise.
This is Major Tom to ground control.
This is ground control.
I'm stepping through the door.
Did you just say you're stepping through the door?
And I'm floating in the most peculiar way.
No, that's a negative. Stay in the spacecraft.
And the stars look very different today.
Hello, hello. God